Yes.
Absolutely. I mean,
All
right,
right.
guys?
Yes. Come on. Let's rock and roll. I'm eager.
Hmm.
Okie dokie. Now I have a link, so I'm gonna go ahead and
Twitter.
pop out the chat here. Pop out the chat here. There we go. And I can close this now. And just tweet this out. Boom. All right, I think our tweet's working. You guys are all good. So before we start the session proper, do you guys have any questions for me in regards to like last session or game mechanics or stuff like that?
Oh, jeez.
I think I'm good at least.
I'm good.
Believe I'm pretty good.
Great. Wonderful. Well then, when we last left off, you guys were in the frontier town, New Laszlo. You had finished talking with your old companion Lee and his old student, young woman named Morin, who has a serious possession problem, or more specifically, thanks to your efforts, you were able to finally deduce that her problem, the reason why she acts the way she is and the powers that she has, is because she has linked herself the way shifters link with a higher alien intelligence with a living planet named Ilor. Sharing that information with Lee, before you left for New Laszlo to head over to Ishpeming to pursue Al's long lost sister, you stopped by New Zoot, where the plucky, confusing alien, or DB, sold you a few magical items, a few magical artifacts on the down low on his hidden basement inventory. After buying the goods by paying the price in both trade credits and favors, you are now armed with new magic items to add on to your significant arsenal and are ready to, well, do what you guys want to do next. So, I'm going to throw it to you guys since you guys are in the driver's seat. What would you like to do next?
I believe we wanted to pick up an ATV real quick before we headed out.
Okay.
Yes, another big boss.
All right.
And after that, I think we're ready to go.
Sure. Well, then let's just get that little purchase out of the way. You guys aren't really dead set into role-playing the purchase or anything like that. Can we just go over that narratively?
I am fine
Yeah.
with that.
Okay. So, as always, there are a few options. Give me a moment just to call up some information here. And I can let you know some prices. In the meantime, feel free to talk amongst yourselves. This should not take very long.
So, is there anything else that we need in New Laszlo before we head out, or are we good? Any other loose ends?
We already saw New Zoo. That's why we came
Yeah.
here, right?
That's the important thing.
Did you want to swing by your friend's place that was telling you about the enlightened ones, the divine beings, and tell him that you're heading out of town?
You know, I suppose giving him the heads up might be pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, can you refresh the GM on to who the heck you're talking about as far as the enlightenment goes?
The fat dude with the bad breath.
Uh,
Yeah.
What?
Okay.
Who?
The man
Yeah.
who actually like researches languages that we help.
Oh!
And
Oh,
accidentally
of
cursed
course!
himself
Oh,
with the
shit.
horrible
I like
breath.
Bert's
Oh.
description actually.
Well, he doesn't have bad breath anymore. You solved
Yeah.
it for him.
Yeah,
So I was
that's
very
why, I
confused,
mean-
but you're right. You're right. He was very squat and corpulent, as close to like being a full circle a human being could be. Thank you. So that was like only 2 sessions ago, and I'm like, what? Ooh. So here, give me just 2 seconds as
I think
I have his name too.
I think Criana's rubbing off on you.
No, well, no.
Not quite as bad, but still.
Hort Thorncrop. Hort Thorncrop, the
Yes!
language expert and head of the esoteric languages at the Burton Tower Research Center in New Laszlo. Yes. Okay, well, let's just do one thing at a time here, real quick. I was still thinking in Newzoot, which was English, but the vocabulary's all wrong. All right. So as far as Big Boss ATVs, well, the good news is that even here in the year 102 PA, the Big Boss is still one of the most popular all-terrain vehicles with very good speed and good fuel mileage. This is an ATV, which is kind of a dune buggy type. It has a maximum range of 300 miles. It has either a combustion or electric engine.
Mhm.
The gasoline, the cost for a gasoline engine for a brand new Big Boss is 25,000 credits. If you want a electric engine, it is 30,000 credits. Now these, once again, are for brand new, rolled off the factory of Ishpeming and came down here to New Laszlo. Now, because it is a popular all-terrain vehicle, there are used versions. There is a used version of both gasoline and electric models as well. They're cheaper by 5,000 credits. So that's 20,000 for gas, 25,000 for electric. There's no penalties. The mega damage, like the hull, isn't damaged. It probably saw a little bit of action, but it's been repaired since then. You know, it's fully functional. And then your final option is a real cheapo. It's what we would call in the business a fixer-upper. It is 1/10 the cost. So it costs like 2,500 credits, but it also has like a quarter of the MDC. One of the tires is flat, and it's only gas. And the engine doesn't purr; it more shudders along.
You know, guys, do you think it might be worth buying one of those and just scrapping it down for spare parts? Because the ATV does get damaged from time to time.
May I question you as the GM?
Sure.
If you were to buy 2, how would you get them where you need to go?
Very good question. I have no fucking idea.
Okay, then how about a different option? Because that's a fair point. Can we look into, I guess it's not that important, but some sort of replacement part things? Because if the ATV does get damaged, do we have materials to repair it?
Not anymore, we don't.
Not
use
anymore, we
don't,
Pretty
no.
much all of that.
Yeah.
Now this is at, by the way, where you're doing this shopping in New Laszlo. Is if you guys still have your guides handy or not, but it is actually give me a moment, Ignite Services, which is a large repair bay gas station energy supply with a variety of operators. various competitors working with each other. So if you need to buy just parts for an ATV, they can sell you those parts too. You don't need to buy a clunker just to get the parts.
Patrick would probably note buying the parts individually, especially used parts, would probably be a lot cheaper. Heck, most
Yes.
cases, going out into the junkyard and just picking out
Salvaging.
salvaging is usually a lot. It's in some cases free if you get a good relationship with them.
Gotcha. Well, if you want to get an assorted, with the exception of the engine completely blowing up, all we're going to just put it as a generic Big Boss ATV repair parts for both the engine, the tires, the mechanisms within it, etc., etc. 5,000 credits, and like I said, unless the engine explodes, a skilled individual should be able to repair it with the parts that you purchase.
Sure, guys.
So
So,
how
do
about
we?
this?
Mhm.
How about this? With that in mind, how about we get a used electric version, which, if I recall correctly, is 25 grand?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And the spare parts.
Sounds like a
And-
plan to me.
We hold the spare parts in Patrick's ATV, which is with us.
Yep.
And everything will be good to go.
Except that you're in a bit of luck. You have two ATVs, right? And none of you
Yes.
guys in the group, like Al or Tom, don't know how to drive an ATV, right? But Zoe
True.
Wedgwood does. And Zoe came into New Laszlo with you because she had a little bit of business that she needed to do. So she can
Nice.
drive the other ATV back.
Nice.
Okay?
All right. So, are
So-
we good with that?
I am good with that. Yes.
Great. So that little bit of shopping out of aside, go ahead into your Google Documents. Go ahead and put electric Big Boss ATV. You don't even have to say it's used. It's as good as new, right? Used is just more of a in-game qualifier. Yes.
Is there just one electric, or is there like a row of electric?
No, I wouldn't say a row of them. It is very popular, but New Laszlo is a pretty big city. There are 2 new and 4 used electric, and 1 clunker. No, sorry, the clunker is gas.
Patrick would probably question which one is most likely the oldest.
The operator that you're talking with, a middle-aged man with fading hair, scratches the back of his head with a wrench, and he says, "You mean like oldest model or the oldest one to get here at Ignite Services?"
The longest one that's in your shop, the one that has not been picked up in most long time.
Well, these are all pretty popular, but let me see. Now he's scratching his lower back with the wrench as he goes back and forth from the ATV. He goes, that one there. He points to one a second from the left. He says, I remember that one. You see right under there by the undercarriage? And he points to the direction, and you can see that an area has been smoothed out and painted. And he says, we got that from an old Merc company. They wrote their slogan wasn't very language sensitive. And, you didn't want little eyes who can read to read what they put on there. So we kind of just sanded it down and repainted it. I remembered that. So, yeah, that's been here for like 5 months. The other ones came before.
Patrick nods and goes, I would like that one.
All right. Sold. Transfer over the credits, a.k.a. remove the credits from your, like I said, your group loot.
I did that already.
Oh, you did that already? Great. Yeah, put in Big Boss ATV and Big Boss repair parts. And you got one.
It is located under the Behemoth, under other vehicles.
Groovy.
Woohoo!
Yay. All right. So with that, there was talk before you guys heading out. You wanted to say Patrick wanted to talk with Horn Thorncrop. God, what a name! Why did I make that name? That name. It's a mouthful to say. Hort Thorncrop. There we go.
He would, of course, approach like he usually does, probably through another person to contact him and so on and so forth.
Sure. Well, yeah, because Burton Tower Research Center is closed to the public, but past few days, not only when you guys had the meeting talking with him, but past few days he's been teaching you languages and helping you with that.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point, the security at the front are, they're familiar with you. So you go through the security check process, get the appointment, and even though at this point you didn't have an appointment with him, they still buzz you up, and sure enough, a few minutes later you find yourself at his office. He gestures to the seat, and he says, well, good. I wasn't expecting this, but I could always use a break from my current research. Where shall we continue where we left off?
I should probably ask the group. Should I do the session, or do we not have time for that? It's an hour long.
Go ahead and do the session.
Yeah, I think we
don't
have
mind
time
waiting
for
an
it.
hour.
Sure. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as a part of your agreed upon, I guess, reward for solving Hort's breath problem, a sentence I didn't think I would say until a few weeks ago. Refresh my memory, Piph.
Mhm.
He is a language expert, right?
Yes.
He's helping you understand and deepen your understanding of old and ancient languages, correct?
Yes, I think specifically about the language used by the beings of light. Or spirits of
Yes,
light.
that's yes. He only has half the vocabulary, but he's happy to teach what he knows to you. All right. So once again, we'll just speed ahead of that.
Mhm.
But why don't you? No, there's no need to roll me a skill check in regards to this. You are your character is a very attentive person with a high IQ score and an eagerness to learn. So the session, the language session ends after the hour. He looks very pleased, and he does comment that I have to say you really should enroll at the New Laszlo University. You have a real knack for learning, very receptive, very attentive. Not very many people you might be surprised, but not very people have that. Well, I don't know, combination of personality and talent. You should definitely consider that. Anyway. Well, it looks like our time's just about up. I do, unfortunately, have to go back to work. I'm in the midst of a translation of what I believe to be either is a ancient body limerick or perhaps a scandalous rapport on the late King Suleiman Itah's fifth wife. Only time will tell, he says with a bit of a smile.
Speaking of, I'm sorry to say I will most likely not be in the area in the near future to continue these lessons.
Oh, well, that is understandable. You of an adventuring sort do tend to come and go as you please, but do not you worry whether it is next week, next month, or next year. I will not forget your face or your name, my friend. So simply present yourself here at the Burton Tower Research Center, make an introduction, maybe when you drop in, don't expect an immediate learning session right away.
Of course.
But let me know when you're back in town, and we shall continue.
I look forward to a more relaxing lifestyle, but
Mm-hmm.
I still have a bit more adventuring to do.
Of course, of course. Well, Buona Vista, eh? Good luck.
I'm unsure. Well, if I just so happen to be in the area and you need someone to call, I will try to keep this particular line available. As he sketches down, not the group's radio signal, but
Your personal one?
yeah.
Okay. He goes, all right. Well, thank you very much. I'll store that in my computer here under your contact name.
As he nods, gives a brief and small smile, and kind of gives a short, nervous wave. Bye.
By the way, he says, I almost forgot. I'm so sorry. He stands himself up, his belly jiggling a little bit. And he says, I'm so glad it came to my mind right now, because I would have felt awful if you left for a long period of time and did not give the gift. And he goes underneath this table and he comes out, and there is an aluminum pan filled with what looks like to be some sort of bakery good. It has like this little crumble on top of it.
Mhm.
And he hands it over to you and he says, Mrs. Thorncrop baked these for you. They're her patented strawberry rhubarb squares. As her thank you for solving, my little problem. We're very happy to finally sleep in the same room again. So this was just an expression of her thanks. She asked me to pass it on if I were to see you again. And sure enough, I've seen you again, and it might not be for quite some time. So my apologies for forgetting or not giving them to you yesterday.
Patrick looks more delighted than usual, and he's reaching for the well, not the tray, but the things on the tray, and he will sweep them up and oh, actually, before he does that, he's actually going to like crinkle some papers in a bag, and then
Oh! You can take the tray. It's simple aluminum. It's fine.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you.
Oh, don't thank me. Thank Mrs. Thorncrop. But I'll pass on your good wishes.
Yes. I always love trying new foods, so I thank you for this.
Wonderful. Well, be safe. Good luck. And with that, he'll bid you adieu, and you will now return to your friends, richer in both knowledge and bakery goods, baked goods.
You will probably sneak one or two on the way down.
Excellent. All right. They're strawberry rhubarb squares with a little bit of crumble on top. I don't want to tell you what your character thinks, but I think they're delicious. So work with that as you will. Okay. So with that little bit out of the way, what's your next plan? You guys want to head back to your ship?
I think so, unless anyone has anything else they need to do here. I can't think of anything.
I have nothing.
Wow, and you say that with such exuberance.
Yes.
Okay.
I do believe I've done everything that I wish to do, unless you wish to meet with Rose again and tell her to go fuck herself.
Wow.
A noble effort, a noble cause, if ever there was one.
No, I was toying with this in my head. It's a terrible, horrible, terrible idea, but
There you go.
it's an option. We could meet with Rose again.
It is the worst idea in the world. but it's an option. Fair enough. All right.
We could meet
So,
with Rose again and say, hey, let's go the slow route and just take her with us to Ishpeming. But like I said, it's a horrible, terrible idea. It would be
Take
so
her as
funny,
in, like,
though.
kidnap her?
No.
No.
Recruit
Remember
her.
she said we could do this the slow method where I travel with you until I
Oh,
trust you.
yes.
And just get her to come with us and go straight to Ipswich. Where are we going? Oh, you'll see.
It's a terrible idea.
If I had
We
no
shouldn't do
common
it.
sense whatsoever,
Yeah.
I would love this idea.
Lucas would do it.
Yeah, but
But I
this
am not
this could
Lucas.
go all sorts of bad.
Yeah, so let's
Okay.
not do it.
All right.
It's just a funny thought.
So now that we figured out what you guys are not going to do, what is it fair to say? Can I just narrate you guys back onto your ship?
I believe so.
Sure. Take us away.
All for it.
All right. I could be really boring and say you're back on your ship, but I'll give the minimum effort and describe a little bit more. So, you pack up all your recently purchased belongings from New Zoo and Ignite Services. And you meet back up with Zoe Wedgwood, in addition to I want to say Mila, but Ellie. Regardless of which personality is dominant right now, your good crazy friend is along with you as well, as is Bear, as is Marlis Stotch, who came along with you on this escapade as well. You pile on in, you journey the relatively short distance. It's about 45-minute drive in both the ATVs and your own personal vehicles. You know, your hover vehicle and your motorcycles, and et cetera, et cetera. This small convoy makes its way beyond the rolling farm hills of the smaller outlying farm communities of New Laszlo, hit into the vegetation of the surrounding light forest. It gets a little bit thicker until you finally come across the small lake in which you have hidden your spacecraft. Spacecraft, once again, emerges from the lake, helmed by Alicia, and you all get back on board in relative safety. You, after a simple system check and making sure all the new cargo has been secured into your cargo bay, the ship itself takes back up into the lower atmosphere. Obviously not too high, just staying within the 15 to 18 miles of elevation, because you knew that once you started to get around beyond 20, 22, maybe up to 25 miles, bad things came in from space. But now in the elevation, the question is, where do you guys want to go?
I do believe the plan is to go to Ishpeming, or right outside of Ishpeming.
Yeah, I think that it would be best to land somewhere kind of far away and approach in the behemoth, because our behemoth, for once, is recognizable in a good way. We want them to recognize the behemoth, which is unusual. But I think that would be the best course of action.
All right. So I've zipped you, fine players, over to the overlay map of Ishpeming, the Kingdom of Ishpeming, and the Manastique Imperium, above Lake Michigan. And if I remember correctly, last time you landed, I believe it was in this lake here, this large lake.
Yeah, I think so.
Or the southern one.
It was one of
Either
them.
way, there's some very large bodies of water, and this is definitely a significant distance away from Ishpeming, where you could come on from a behemoth, and unless someone was tracking your, aerial movements, they'd have, they wouldn't be able to tell you apart from Adam.
Mm-hmm.
Also, once again, as you did before you approached Skyscape, you could just find an area in which to land board and then have the ship go high up into the sky and wait there until they get radio contact to land.
Actually, yeah, we can do that. Why
That
don't we do
is-
that?
I think that's not a bad option. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, is okay now. Normally, I typically give you guys some landing choices or whatever. All right. So, both to the north, to the southeast, and the southwest. If you can see me pointing with my little arrow, southwest, southeast. Actually, wait a second. I'll go one better. I'll do once again small amounts of effort and put orange boxes.
Sweet.
After a quick flyby of scouting areas, those 3 areas themselves have the perfect combination of being completely remote, having a flat enough area, and a clear enough area in which the ship can land without crunching anything or leaving a very, very clear footprint that a massive spaceship was there.
All right. Let's go to this one. I'm thinking.
Yeah, it's
Sure.
about the same either way, so I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to be coming in from the north. Wonderful. So, once again, there is absolutely no need for you guys to tell me, and this is exactly what I'm bringing, right? We'll use some common sense and narrative benevolence. But the important thing, of course, is the vehicles that you're taking, right? And how heavy of an armament you're going to be going as well. Right, like, are you going to be taking power armor onto this behemoth as well, or just some of your body armor? Like, are you going to take big ass rail gun, like a rail cannon? I guess the rail gun is on the behemoth, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, so how heavy are you gonna load up the behemoth?
That's on you
Well-
guys.
I would like to bring my power armor, but I'm not
Which one?
expecting. The only one I have, I think, the train hopper.
Oh,
I think it's the only one I
I
have.
thought you had a Samson.
Oh, we scrapped that for parts a long time ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Blink has the Samson.
Ah, that's what it is. I knew you had 2 Samsons, so don't
Yeah,
make
yeah,
me
that's
feel
true.
dumb.
No, not at all.
Because you
I-
used one. You used one in a fight. Okay, anyway.
But yeah, I'm taking the terrain hopper.
Okay.
Okay.
So now, obviously, you're not going to be in the terrain hopper when you're in the behemoth, right? It'll just be stored in the
Correct.
behemoth? Okay.
Right.
All right.
Mhm.
All right. Good old behemoth. Okay. For those of you listening who have no idea what the heck a behemoth is, it's a large scientific robot craft, which is like, imagine a big ass science RV on legs made out of mega damaged materials. An exquisite sensor suite. Anyway, Tom?
I will bring my psychic power armor.
Okay. You
Mystic
mean the
power.
mystic power armor?
Yeah,
Okay.
that.
All right.
And my motorcycle. Both of them will be stored on the behemoth.
Okay. Yeah, there's still enough storage for that so far. Yeah. Patrick?
Body armor as well as the golden armor.
Okay. Great. That should be enough. Go ahead.
And I guess, would you bring his ATV or the new ATV?
I can't tell you.
Yeah.
All you're thinking.
What is our goal here? Just to find Sister.
Yeah.
Hopefully to find sister or a next piece of the puzzle thing. So, yeah.
You know what? He'll bring the new one. Just
Okay.
in case that we need to go into an area and not immediately go like that. Wait, no, this far this way they wouldn't have seen the basket. Okay. Sorry. Final answer, the new one, because there's no
Okay.
freaking weapons on it.
Okay, no weapons, new one. Great. Electric engine, 300 miles. Stored on the Behemoth. So that should pretty much, it actually fills up the cargo area pretty full for the Behemoth. You could probably fit maybe another vehicle or a couple suits of power armor, but you guys are all loaded up. Great, good, good, good. Because Criana is going to be joining us a little bit later on when she comes back from seeing Star Wars Rogue One, she will, I'm going to say she's coming along with as well. And just in case, since Bear's always with her anyway, Bear's going to come too. Anyone else you want to, any other NPCs you want to come along?
Blink can come along if she wants. I mean,
I would like Alicia to come along because she is, again, recognizable.
but
Okay, here's a problem.
Oh,
Who's going to keep the ship up in the air?
Right. Never
exactly.
mind. Scratch what I just said.
Until McLaughlin learns.
Yeah.
You only got one. Tom and Alicia are the only ones who know how to fly
Yeah.
the ship.
So scratch Alicia.
Okay.
I mean, you can scratch her. She won't like you, but yeah.
Grown. All right. Do you want Blink to come along? Because Blink is an NPC. Like, I know I play her with her own personality and motives and crap like that, but you guys are the actual players. Do you involve them in the story as much as you like? Do you want her to come along with?
Sure.
Okay, so Blink's gonna come too. Okie dokie. So, disembarking the your spacecraft, the Behemoth trudges off of the ship, and soon enough, the Rhapsody spaceship flies back up into the air, out of sight. As the Behemoth, on its two large legs, begins its good trudge towards Ishpeming. Because you parked so far out in the clear area, due to some of the terrain, it takes a little over an hour to get to Ishpeming. Thankfully, the trip is there is no conflict on the ship during this trip. Thank goodness, no encounters of note, and you can soon break through a cluster of trees to see the large industrial capital of Ishpeming, home of the Northern Gun. Big stacks blooming into the sky of a very clear factory district that appears to be on the north end of Ishpeming that you are approaching. Now, a few territories of note. You know that there are security checks both north and south of the city, and the tree that Patrick tracked the note to, the tree that is always seemed to have leaves of fall, the reddish orange leaves, which you initially met. Your black market contact, Milo, when you did the trade of an incredibly high number of credits for goods. That is actually in yellow, right there, between Ishpeming and Palmer. A little yellow square you might see on the map. Do you see it?
I don't.
I
Is it
think
maybe in
disappeared
GM
on
layer?
me. Nope. Objects and tokens. And it's now disappearing. Okay, fine. I'm just going to point it with an arrow. I put it and then it disappears, so I think maybe it's
Right here?
going to...
I see.
Yes, bingo.
Yeah. Okay.
So where do you guys want to head? Ishpeming proper? The tree?
No, the tree. I think going to Ishpeming right now would be a bad idea.
Yeah.
Let's just go to the tree and avoid the town if possible.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So, you navigate along Ishpeming itself, beyond, and actually, since you want to script the city completely, you might recall that Ishpeming has a mile radius where there's no vegetation, there's nothing. It's like a dead zone, right? This is for security reasons, in case you're a giant fucking demon or monster that's going to be storming through the city. The big-ass guns that are protecting Ishpeming want to make sure it has ample rooms to shoot you. So you go beyond even this dead zone, and you circle around, and you finally get to the area that you recall where this tree is. It takes this whole little circle navigation and trying to actually hold up a second. Me telling you just a flat rate of time is boring. I think land navigation is extremely important, a good skill with this, as for both recollecting and navigating the terrain to this location where this tree is. So for those of you who have land navigation, roll it. And since you want to avoid Ishpeming very clearly, I would like you to make it harder by 15. Oh, wow. So you still succeed by 42. That is absolutely excellent. Good job, Pat. So under Patrick's direction, the behemoth, I guess, Al, would you be driving the behemoth?
I would assume yes.
Sure. So under Patrick's few suggestions for shortcuts and his recollection of where the tree is, it only takes you about 20 minutes. And although you can't be certain that no one has really spotted you from the city, you can feel pretty secure that, you haven't seen the city since then, since you went back out of the dead zone. And you're feeling pretty good about it. Sure enough, the cluster of green trees that have now finally gone beyond their budding period in spring and actually have gotten these full, fresh green leaves, finding the orange, red foliage of that unique tree is very easy to find. And how close do you want to get your behemoth to it before you disembark?
Well, here's a question, guys. So
Okay.
so one theory to do this is if Jalea or someone connected to Jalea is sitting there waiting or camping or whatnot, then we would want to be as open and non-hostile as possible. Moving the behemoth up to where it's clear they know we're coming, since they know we have a behemoth, might be a good option because, oh, look, it's a behemoth just like the one we're looking for. But it might also be seen as aggressive. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I don't mind either way.
Well, to be really non-aggressive would probably be to take a vehicle, but downside they wouldn't know it was us immediately.
Right. We walk the behemoth backwards towards them. No, I think making the behemoth close enough that they know there's a behemoth there might be the best option.
Do the other players concur?
I will say yes.
Sure.
All right, so what's the plan, Squee?
We're gonna take the behemoth as close to the tree as possible without,
Knocking
crushing
it over?
it
Crushing
or
it?
people around it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You trudge the behemoth until it is 50 feet away from the tree, and then after that, the other trees that surround it are just a little too close that you'd start knocking them over. So you're 50 feet. The tree's right there. You guys can all see it through the front viewfinder of the behemoth itself. And I'd like all of you to roll me a D100, please, and make it harder by 20. And let me know what your result is. Roll 1d100 minus 20. Sorry, plus 20. Plus 20, so that's a 96. Sorry, because I said
Yeah,
make it harder.
sorry.
So harder is, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I said minus 2, so that's my own bad. All right, so we got 96, 86, and
Double
minus 20, so 45.
45, yeah. Sorry, I was really hoping that that would actually just be a
A
double,
double negative? No, the roll 20 isn't that sophisticated, I'm afraid.
Minus
if
negative
I put
20,
in
not
2
allowed.
negatives, maybe it'll work. No, okay. So, so 45, 87, 56. Let me quickly check something here on ye oldie character sheets. All right. And it is a cool spring day. The sun is shining, poking through a few overcast clouds. It is about, I'm going to say about 3 o'clock in the afternoon now. A small wind rustles through the ever orange leaves of the tree, and you don't see anybody around it. There's no, at least from the behemoth where you are, 50 feet away from the tree, from your angle, you can't see any evidence of camp or recent activity, whether it be on robotic feet or human feet, power armor. You'd have, if you want to be absolutely certain, you'd have to get out and check. But from your vantage point, you don't see anyone.
Yeah, Al's gonna put on the terrain hopper and get out and check.
Okay.
I'll put on the Mystic Power Armor and check as well.
Okay. And when you say by check, you mean just like looking around, seeing if anyone's around or if there's any evidence of anyone being around?
Correct, yeah.
Yeah.
So what skill would you like to use for that?
I don't think Al has anything particularly
Okay.
for
If
that.
you don't have a particular skill, I'll just consider it just being like a regular action of you looking around.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
My optics for the Mystic Power Armor has Eyes of the Wolf, which has Identify Tracks at 85%.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Roll me a D100, please.
All right. 39.
Okay. So, Tom, using your Mystic Power Armor's capabilities, you see 4 sets of tracks. The first 3 seem very clumped together, and your Eyes of the Wolf also let you know the relative time they've been here.
Mhm.
They've been here for about 3 to 4 weeks. You see it approaching. They approached in from the north. You can tell the tracks. They approached from the north, came to the tree, walked around the tree a little bit. It looks like they waited for a bit because some of the tracks kind of look like people have shifted their feet or whatnot. It kind of made bigger dents before they head back off up to the north. From those 3 sets of tracks, you also can tell that 2 of them were in some form of body armor because it's very clear that it's gripped boots, but not just a standard, like a work boot or a tracking boot, but a boot that would be attached to a set of body armor. One's smaller than the other. The other one appears to be the 3-pronged feet of a light labor bot.
All right.
The freshest set of prints, you can tell, have been here for less than a week, and they are also non-human. These tracks seem to be made with a six-toed creature that must be on their bare feet, because your eyes of the wolf can see like little tiny like the foot pads of like dogs or cats, how they aren't perfectly smooth, right? They have like little rivets and divots and whatnot.
Yeah.
You can see those in the ground as well. This Eyes of the Wolf is actually a very, very good spell, very good capability for that item.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing about that is that this one has also come in from the north, but the tracks continue up the tree, like up the north side of the trunk until it disappears up into the branches.
Okay. I'm going to tell Al to cover me. And I'm going to tell him I found some tracks. And then I'm going to fly as the eagle up.
So, first and foremost, where's Patrick in all this?
Well, two of them are going out in power armor.
Yep.
Patrick's most likely going to be, I guess he's currently equipped up because there's been way too many times where people have been out and like something happens. So he's in his
What do you mean? It's not like this has happened many times before.
So he's in his golden
I am
armor.
shocked and appalled at the accusation, sir.
He's in his golden armor, but also in his workshop. He's biding his time, but also very much at the ready with all of his equipment.
So just staying within radio contact, but not going out with them?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Wait. Nope, as in like that.
He is not out with them. That is
Okay,
correct.
great. Great.
It's okay. This horse will do nothing. Just pet the horse.
He won't try to drown you or become a demon. Or whatever the hell it was. Stupid kelpies? Alright, anyway. Back on track. Now, you want to activate Flies the Eagle. Great. Now, when you say fly up, here's a question for you. Do you fly outside of where all the leaves and branches are and like fly around and take a look from the outside? Or are you
Yes.
going like, are you doing your best impression of a kite and like flying up into the branches and leaves?
No. Around.
Okay, around. Would you like to, you fly around for a little bit around the exterior. Now I'd like you to roll me a D100. This time no penalties. Fly around the exterior of the tree from top to bottom. Take a couple minutes. You do a few laps, slowly scanning around, looking with your eyes through the viewfinder. You don't see anyone or anything.
Huh. Weird.
See a tree.
Yeah.
I see a tree. I'm going to come back down and inform Al of the situation.
Al will nod and think about it for a while and say, well, I mean, we can follow those tracks, but there's no guarantee that they are Jalea. But hell, I mean, what other options do we have? Maybe someone's an Ipshming, but I'd rather avoid the town if I can.
Yeah, I'd rather avoid it too, but hey, if we gotta do it, we gotta do it. But
A small,
I'm-
timid voice comes from the tree. He says, well, before you go, can I see your faces?
No.
Al looks up at the tree, and like I think his instincts kind of react. He brings his hands up, and then he slows down and says, "Who are you?"
Oh, just... It pauses for a moment, says, just someone working, regular working Joe. Just want to see your faces. Want to make sure. Want to see if you're one of the people who were supposed to be here, or if you're just passing through.
Al's quiet for a while, and he says, "You're welcome to see my face. However, taking a helmet off in this world is a dangerous endeavor."
Oh. Yeah. Well, you're just gonna have to trust me.
Nope. Tom is staring straight at his feet. Nope. Shaking his head.
Okay. How about this? Says the voice from the tree. I show you my face. I show you who I am. Then you show me who you are. That way we can trust each other. No weapons, no blasting, no nothing. Just two people showing faces.
Sure.
Okay. How about we start with names?
Okay. Go ahead and start.
My name's Alcibiades.
All right, Alcibiades. My name's Fievel Bruck.
Pleasure to meet you, I think.
Well, sure. How about the one that's looking at his feet? You got a name?
Al would look at Tom.
Tom. They call me Tom.
All right, just a moment, he says. I'd like all of you to roll me a D100 again, please.
Sure.
Sorry, not all of you. Just Al and Tom.
All of you. Right.
Okay.
Oh my god,
Oh
Tom.
my god.
You got 99
Problems.
results. Yeah, 99 problems, but 5 ain't one. All right. Sure enough, another 30 seconds pass, and you hear a little, huh. Okay, now I really want to see your faces. Sorry, he doesn't giggle. I just giggle. But he said that. And then, finally, I'd like all of you to roll me a D100 again. And make it... Wait, don't make it harder. Give yourself a penalty. Okay. All right.
Oh my god.
No, that's good. That's good. Al, you're
Mhm.
looking around. Up towards where you hear the voice. Oh, wait. We hear Criana first.
Oh,
Hi, Criana. Welcome back. Hi.
it's fucking
No.
cold. It's
I
so
know.
fucking cold.
Well, that's actually kind of nice-ish over here. It hasn't been as cold as it has been the past few weeks, so I guess you got our cold.
Yeah, I can handle anything above 0, but once we start going below, I'm just. Oh, it
Fahrenheit,
hurts.
yeah.
I feel you a little bit. Like it must be freezing up there because it's 0 degrees Fahrenheit here. So God knows
Yeah.
what it is up there.
Wait,
Yeah.
it's 0 in Texas?
That's
Uh-huh.
impressive. Yeah,
It went
Has it
yesterday.
snowed yet?
Yeah, yesterday it went from 73 degrees Fahrenheit to freezing in about 6 hours.
oh my god, that would destroy my brain.
Yeah, so it dropped about 40 degrees Fahrenheit or 20-ish degrees Celsius in 6 hours. It was crazy.
It's crazy.
Wow.
All right, but sorry, we're talking about the weather. Now, Criana,
Yeah.
since you were actually on the Behemoth during this thing, let me just quickly catch you up.
Okay.
They finished things up in New Laszlo. They bought a new ATV, and they bought some spare parts for an ATV.
Mhm.
And Patrick, you know Hort Thorncrop, the round fellow who's really good with languages that you cured his bad breath?
Yes.
Patrick did a little language session with him, and Mrs. Hornthrop, the guy's wife, baked you guys a baked good as a thank you for curing your husband's bad
Oh,
breath.
that's sweet.
Yeah, strawberry rhubarb crumble, yes. But that's about it. They got onto their ship to Ishpeming. They skirted around. They've just arrived here at the tree that always has the fall leaves, the ever fall tree, I guess you could say. The orange and red tree, which Patrick believes was the note that was found in New Laszlo from Al's sister, was written here.
Mm-hmm.
So he got on board the Behemoth. off of the ship. The ship's back up in the sky. The behemoth came down to Ishbeming. You're here at the tree. Patrick and Al have left the behemoth to investigate what's going on. Patrick is in the in his little science bay.
Yep.
His little science wing on the behemoth, staying in radio contact. And right now, I'll give you two options. You can
Okay.
either be in the behemoth and see Byrne and Al talking to a tree, or you can be outside accompanying them and being a part of the conversation.
I like the idea of seeing them talking to a tree.
All right. So we can say you're in like the pilot compartment looking out the window. And yeah, you can be in radio contact. It might even be more humorous if you didn't turn the radio on and you just see them talking and hand gestures to this tree. But feel free to, exit the behemoth or be part of the scene if you feel like you need to. Okay?
Or even just like turn on the loudspeaker and ask what's going on.
Yeah.
Now, I can picture Ellie doing this, having, like, you know how you have, like, a headset or something to listen to things?
Yes.
Having that around her neck and just staring, like, not at all understanding what the hell is going on.
That makes a lot of sense, actually, because the behemoth has a really good sensor suite, right? And it can actually pick up really great auditory as well, but it has an attachment for headsets. We could say that Ellie was, going to take a listen, but she's kind of just left them around her neck.
Yeah, she's like, I got this, plugs it in, just has it around her neck and just stares.
All right. So I'll continue on with the scene then. So he said, yeah, I'll show you my face if you show me yours. And Al said, well, let's start with names, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so Tom, you rolled a 12. Al, you rolled a 77.
Mm-hmm.
Al, you don't see anything for a little while. Tom, though, you see a big pair of like feline-like golden eyes look out at you from what appears to be like the 5th branch up on the tree, and there's a bunch of leaves and stuff around it, and you just see a couple of eyes. He says, okay.
Tom will wave.
Oh, it took you long enough, says the voice.
Al tries to follow where Tom's waving to, but I'm guessing he still doesn't see
Now
it.
you can see where he's waving to. Now you can see the feline golden eyes poking out from you.
Oh.
And sure enough, he goes, okay, I'm coming down, mostly. And you see a couple of the leaves shift away as the eyes disappear. And you don't hear anything. But sure enough, you see a creature climb down the trunk of the tree and rest itself on the lowest branch possible, in full view of both of you. And in fact, I'll even say it's in full view of Ellie. It's the Ellie personality now, and friend of Ellie right now. So she can kind of see this too from this first lower branch of the tree. The creature looks like imagine a plump cat, a plump house cat that doesn't have a tail.
Garfield without a tail, got it.
Okay, plump house cat. It's about 3 feet tall.
My God.
It has feline ears and feline eyes, but its nose is like all smushed up, and the rest of its face looks vaguely humanoid.
Oh!
Its hand, yeah, okay, just
Sorry.
no, this is nightmare fuel. Just not Garfield anymore. I know. Just its hands. It has 6 thumbs on its hands and 6 toes on its feet. And its fur, for lack of a better word, is like shifting in color. Before it was like the orange color of the leaves, and now it's kind of shifting and shimmering from orange to the dark brown of the branch. But now that's in full view, it can be seen. You can also see it pick some leaves from its head, from its that were stuck to its head a little bit. As Fievel says, "Okay, here I am. Now, go ahead. Take off your mask. You can see I have no weapons," and it brings up its thumbed hands. "I have no interest in fighting anyway. I've been hired for other reasons."
I see.
Okay.
Okay, then. Al will go first.
Okay. What does Al do?
He will reach up and unbuckle the helmet and take it off.
Okay. Now, if you want, there's a faceplate to the power armor. So you could just take off the faceplate if you want.
Oh, sure. I will do that.
Okay. You attach the faceplate, and sure enough, then the golden eyes blink a little bit. As he looks over you, goes, "Oh, okay. You?" He looks over, the golden eyes look over to Tom.
Tom will sigh greatly, and then he'll start taking off the helmet of the Mystic Power Armor.
Huh. You weren't exactly what was expected, but I was told to keep an eye out for you, too. Just a moment, it says cheerfully, as it begins to crawl lizard-like up the tree again, and disappears up into it.
Al looks at Tom and he says, "Wait, he recognizes us?"
Tom will just shrug and put his helmet back on, I guess.
You hear from the voice,
fantastic.
"Oh yeah, they showed me your picture about 3 weeks ago. I have a great memory for faces. Really great memory for faces. That's why I'm out here." And sure enough, attached on a thin piece of twine, emerging from the tree now, is not this creature Fievel, but instead is a radio. A radio that's tied to a string. As it gets lowered down towards the ground, it hovers about 2 feet in the air above from where the base of the trunk is. And both of you can recognize on the radio appears to be attached some sort of scrambler unit as well.
Al puts his faceplate back on and says, "You know, if I wasn't so desperately searching for what we're searching for, I would probably be enjoying this."
What are you talking about? You're enjoying this now. Don't lie.
Al shrugs a little bit.
You guys letting you know? Are you guys letting your fellow? Well, ironically, you can let Mila know on the radio, but I don't know if she's listening yet.
Yeah, Al's gonna click on the radio
Well, Patrick
and
would know.
inform. He's gonna be like, "So, hey guys, we were expected. Not sure by who yet, but there's a radio here with a scrambler on it. I'm about to use it. Just keeping everyone up to date."
Ellie, meanwhile, in the cockpit, is kind of sitting in her seat, man, I wonder what they're doing.
Well, you can see a radio descend from the tree.
Yeah, she's just kind of rocking. She's like,
No.
"Oh, I bet they know what they're doing."
So, see, now I could be an asshole and be like, you have super sensitive hearing, so even though the headphones are just around your neck, you could probably hear what I was saying. But we could also say you didn't actually turn the radio on.
I was about to say too. It also, yeah. There's lots of probabilities that she forgot. Maybe she has the volume all the way down. She accidentally put
Or-
it.
Yeah.
Or it's on the wrong frequency.
It could be on the wrong frequency. There's.
Yeah.
Take your pick. Whichever screw up you want Ellie to do. There you go.
Okay. All right. I just want to make sure. I just want to give you as many options as possible to be involved in the scene if you want to.
I still like the idea of she's just there's a little monster that crawled from the tree and now there's a radio dangling. I just like the idea. her interpreting what the hell's going on without knowing.
She's making her own story. It's great.
Mhm.
All right. Hear from the tree. You gotta press the button. Say hi.
Thanks, Fievel. And Al
You're
will
welcome.
take the radio and he will click it and say, hello.
You hear a distorted voice reply to you a few moments later. It's clear the voice is being distorted by some sort of voice box or program to morph the voice. And this is definitely, instead of making the voice higher or warped, it's lower and slightly warbled, I guess you could say. It's as stereotypical as it is, people who use voice changers in movies and whatnot, their pitch has been brought down way low.
Oh, mm-hmm.
This this voice is that low, as it says, I've been informed this is Alcibiades and Tom. Can you confirm?
I can confirm.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Ishpeming. I take it that your purchases, you are fully satisfied?
Al will sigh. And he'll unkey the radio and say, all right, so not who I was hoping. Tom?
I
What
don't
do we do?
understand. I don't understand what they mean by purchases.
Who are the only people we purchase things from in Ishpeming?
Actually purchase something, or
I'm
dealt
pretty
with.
sure we made a deal here at this very spot. Al will shake his head and he'll say, other than about a third of our credits being counterfeit, everything was fine.
Counterfeit? What do you mean? The voice asks. And I like, Al, since you're active part of this conversation, I'd like you to roll me a D100, please.
Sure.
The pitch is completely off, but the manner in which they're speaking,
Mm-hmm.
very reminiscent of a certain older woman.
Okay. Al will pause for just a moment longer and he'll say, to keep things vague, just in case it needs to be kept vague, we were given 3 different types of currencies. The one that came directly from you to be used for you and your kind was completely counterfeit.
No, the
No.
the
It was
northern gun.
Oh no! I'm sorry.
Another
Can I
Yeah.
redo that? Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
of course you can.
The actually he'll just come out and say it. The northern guns were counterfeit.
completely.
There's an extremely long pause on the radio. In fact, you don't know whether they're going to reply back or not, but eventually they do, and they say, so that's the final piece. I believe, the warped voice continues, you deserve a bit of an explanation. My second, Milo, 36 hours after completing our trade with you, disappeared. I was concerned that he either was caught by the authorities and of Ishpeming, the Ishpeming's authorities, and my contacts weren't able to locate him, that he was killed, or that he turned on me. I made these 3 assumptions because although Milo was paid extremely well, he had a tendency not to keep the credits that he had. And everything on our end was above board. There was nothing missing. But now you come to me and say that you are... How much was on the northern gun cred stick?
10 million.
Yes. Yes. I see. You were 10 million short. Milo was the one in charge of arranging the Northern Gun funds. It appears that he gave you fraudulent ones, kept the good ones, and has made off with them. There was a slight personality and shift in my second. Few weeks, what with all these prophecies of dooms nonsense, he is a very sensitive psychic. He did get more vigilant, more aggressive when it came to rhetoric against the coalition. But he stayed a stable and trusted member of my team here, of our business. And we definitely needed him after you left town. The Northern Gun cracked down considerably, and we've once again had to go into hiding to wait out the storm. This is a mutual problem now, because we agreed. I don't know how other cells operate, but when I make a deal, I keep the deal. But there is also potential for a solution here. So is that why you have arrived back here at this location, hoping to come in contact with our organization and get a refund?
No, actually. We had at the time, no plans to seek a refund.
I see. Well, another pause, and she says, through her warp modulated voice, may you listen to a possible proposition that could solve both our problems quite handedly.
Al will unkey the radio, and then he'll say, "Give me just one moment, please."
Understood, says the radio.
Al will key the radio to everyone on the behemoth, or to everyone who's keyed into our frequency.
looks to Ellie.
Man, they sure are quiet.
And Al will say, "So it's the Inferno. Was it the Duchess?"
Dame.
The
Her
Dame.
real name
Yeah.
is Angela Duvois. She always introduced herself as Angela Duvois, but the Tolkien cell of the black market, they called her the Dame.
The Dame. Okay. Al will get on the radio and say, "So it's the Dame, the girl that made the deal with us for all our space gear. Apparently, our credits were counterfeit." Actually, he'll relay basically
Sure.
what he's learned.
Makes sense.
And he'll say, "So normally I'd say, sure, let's hear her out. On the other hand, we now have other alliances that want us to have nothing to do with the black market. So, thoughts?"
Finally, you hear like a little, "Oh, ow!" And then Ellie realized that she had the volume down, and she'll flip it up. "Hey, what's going on, guys?"
I would like Tom to kick the bark of the tree. Just lightly tap it. Yeah.
Okay.
Al will slightly more tensely repeat everything.
Well, don't listen to her. That's all there is to it. We don't want to deal with them anymore.
That's
you can,
my thought.
You can tell her that her other black market friends kind of ruined the experience for us, and we have no need for her services anymore. Yada yada yada. Blah blah blah.
Everyone else in agreement with that? Because I'm kind of on board.
Sure.
She seemed, um, at least worried about our purchases. At least let her down easy.
I will try.
I mean-
However, my sympathy for her starts to fail when it's obviously a problem on her end and she's seeking our help to fix it. But I will not burn bridges.
Look. We are potentially giving up a lot of money, but at the same time, we're making sure we don't piss off somebody.
Yeah. All right, got it. And then
As long as everybody's okay with this, I'm okay with this.
Okay. Al will key the radio and he'll say, actually, ma'am, our experience with this entire endeavor, including other areas, has left a rather sour taste in our mouth. And while we may not hold you at fault for it, we certainly have no desire to continue along the same vein. So we're happy to just let bygones be bygones, go our way, and you go yours.
Then perhaps before we do so, we can rectify the mistakes that were made in the past. That is all I wish to do. My proposed solution will both put you back in good standing with the government of Ishpeming and cut ties with us and allow us to stay underground as long as we wish to. It will cut everything. And I only ask this because you are in a very unique situation, a very advantageous situation for both of us. The folks over at Ishpeming are not very happy with you for obvious reasons. But I do know, thanks to our police contacts and how they pursued you, or more importantly, how they didn't pursue you, that you are simply persons of interests, possible affiliates, individuals of great suspicion. My suggestion is simple. You give them exactly what they want. You give them the leader of the Ishpeming black market. You give them Milo. You tell him all the orders came from him. And in some truth, that is almost all of it. It was his plan. He was the head of it. Therefore, you solve my problem of my man turning traitor on us. You put the heat from the police away from us, and you look like the proper heroes, working on the side of Ishpeming, and once again being in their high regard. It is a win-win situation. And regardless of whether you accept this proposal or not, I would like for us to arrange a meeting where I can drop off the 10 million credits that was stolen from you by my man.
Oh, it's so tempting. Man, what do you guys think?
Okay, so here's my thoughts. My thinking behind this. I know Perrin wants us to have no contact with the black market whatsoever, right? He is a reasonable man, though. He knows that we are in with them and we have to get out with them. And I think that if this lets us get out in amicable terms, meaning we won't have to deal with them later, and then we're done, I can't see him saying, oh, I told you no contact. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't seem like that kind of guy. He seems like he'd understand and be like, okay, but you're done, right? And yeah, we're done. You know what I'm saying? I think that would make more sense.
Also, to give you a heads up, Perrin says Perrin, if you remember correctly, Dan Perrin said that he doesn't deal with the black market and he doesn't want to deal with the black market. And he highly suggests that you don't deal with the black market. But I don't recall him saying that was a deal breaker if you did.
Really?
Especially in your personal affairs. He really doesn't like the black market for obvious reasons.
It's possible we just all got that impression. Because,
well, and you know what? It is true.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't want to confuse you. He really doesn't like the black market. So,
yeah.
But I guess you'd have to ask him, but he's not here, right?
Yeah.
So my thoughts would be this, and I'll go with the group on this. First of all, 10 million credits is a lot of money, and we have no money.
Yeah, basically. That's why I'm like, ooh, it's so tempting.
But that aside,
Just a lot of money.
That aside, it could be very helpful to get back on good terms with Ipschming for a lot of reasons, especially if we're not going to be with the black market anymore. It'd be good to be good with the legit market. Plus, Para never said anything about not wanting to do deals with the legit market, which means this could be good for him too. And it gets us to get out of the black market with no strings attached, without any bad feelings on either side except for Milo, which none of us care about.
Are you ready for Devil's Advocate?
Yeah, I'm totally ready.
So the black market's all about deceit. How are we getting ourselves out if we're just digging ourselves deeper? We're making more deceit. Let's just cut
Ooh.
ties and get out of here. This smells fishy to me. That's just me, though.
It's true.
That would be,
Interesting.
that's what Ellie would
Yeah.
say.
Interesting.
Ellie
Yeah.
would say, "No more deceit. Let's just cut ties. It's their problem. If they hate us, that's fine. They both can hate us."
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, but money.
I like. Well, no. Okay. Actually,
Money's great.
my thoughts are going along the other lines, because if I'm thinking about Al, I'm all for that with one thing. If Jalea is in Ipschming somewhere, it's going to be really hard to look for her if the government's looking for us too.
And that's Al's reasoning, but I'm just telling you what Ellie
I
would
know.
say.
I'm saying as a player, I'm kind of with with that.
Remember, as the who you're assuming is the dame is saying over the radio, she's not saying you have an arrest warrant out for you, but you're considered persons of interest. You're right. It's fair to assume that there's going to be some friction along with that.
Yeah. You know, though, I'm kind of with Ellie. I'd almost rather just take our chances, deal with it on our own.
But money, though.
Yeah. I mean, the money's worth it. I don't know. I'll leave it up to you guys. Okay, basically, my vote would be... Oh, crap.
That's not a vote. That's you saying, "Oh crap."
Yeah,
Okay,
my
hold
vote.
up a second.
My
How about
vote
this?
would be.
How about this?
Uh-huh.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
My
was
vote
about
would
to
be
say,
cut
why don't we-
ties. Oh, sorry.
Okay, your vote is to cut ties. Sorry. Well, it's Discord, right? We're talking about. I was going to suggest we take just a quick few-minute bathroom break or
Ooh,
whatnot.
I like that
You guys
idea.
can get your
Yeah.
thoughts together, and then when we come back, you guys can vote what you want to do or not. We'll do an
I
actual
like
player
that
vote.
idea.
All right.
I will say right now, going into this break, my thought could change, but right now I'm thinking of selling out. Okay, selling out, pressing the big red button, and
Don't push
just
the button.
taking all of.
Selling out or selling Al? Because if you want to sell Al,
No,
you're
no,
going
no,
to
no,
find slavers.
It's episode 1 all
Selling
over
out.
again.
I'll be back.
Give me that big fat check. Is what I'm trying to say.
Give me that fillet of fish. Give me that fish.
What?
Give me that fillet of fish.
All
Well,
right,
Piph-
I'm going to use Elbanos, and I'll be right back.
Do it.
Piph,
Yes.
what's your opinion?
Ow. Well, I really don't care for the money. As it's just, I'm one of those people who are just like, rich, poor, I don't care.
Yeah.
So that's not really a factor for me. I am slightly interested. Just because, it would... here's the thing. It would publicly, cut ties, but who in the public would know, just be like, oh, it's those guys who black market dealed, right?
Yeah.
That's really getting no benefit from this other than money. Because,
Well, I mean, it would-
and I guess there is maybe some positive with Northern Gun.
Yeah,
Right. There would
we
be
could
some...
possibly buy stuff from Northern Gun then.
Right. I don't know. It just is like, we saw what happened there. The dame seems like really, really great, classy lady. She got to the top by herself. She can stay at the top by herself. She don't need us.
I mean, I guess.
I mean, we can make things easy for her, but I mean,
But I want to be a sellout.
I want money, guys. Listen, and don't get me wrong, money's great. Like, love money. If I could bathe in it, you bet your ass I would. But it's just kind of, after all we did with the other black market dealing in that other place, which name I've forgotten, place that we took down the black.
Tolkien.
Oh, Tolkien, yeah.
Yeah, after that whole thing, it's like, yeah, I'm good with the black market. Yeah, we're good. We're just adventurers.
Mm-hmm.
We're simple.
Is everyone back yet, or no?
Nah.
Okay.
Squee. That's some bitch.
That's wow.
Bitch.
You make me sad.
I saw Rogue One.
Yes. What? No spoilers. What do you think? You like it?
I liked it. It's not a feel-good movie.
Gotcha.
But it was really good. I really enjoyed it. And my mom cracked me up through it.
Just of the comments that you made?
Well, do you at least know when Rogue One takes place?
Isn't it like before A New Hope?
Okay, so you do. Okay, so this is not a spoiler. Someone is just like, says, oh, I'm going to go to Alderaan. Bye! And my mom just under her breath goes, oh, I wouldn't go there if I were you.
Oh my god, I know what you're talking
Looking
about.
for love in all the wrong places.
I know what you're talking about.
But at that moment, the best part was, like, I was thinking to myself, like, I'm like, man, I don't know how much Star Wars my mom actually knows. Like, I'm like, I don't know if she's getting this movie. And then she says that, I'm like, no, she understands what's going on. She gets it.
It's true. Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's kind of fun. All right. Sweet. We're good?
Yeah, guys, I thought of something.
As you urinated, please.
Yes.
You tell.
Yes. And sharpened knives.
What?
What, those don't go together? No, my
Not unless you're a moil, but okay.
My mother-in-law asked me to sharpen a knife, so I sharpened a knife.
Ooh, that's never a good sign. That's never a good sign when a mother do that.
Yeah, because you're not technically one of hers.
So she'll stab you? Anyway, back on track.
So here's my thought. The more and more that I think about it, the more and more I like what Ellie was saying. And yes, I know 10 million crests is a lot of money, but Para knows it's like 80 million. So we can get money.
Well, when the fuck are we gonna see any of them? It's been 2 years.
Well, but the thing is, we didn't ask him. We should have asked him while we were there. Hey, can you front us something?
Wait, hey, where are money?
$10.
Yeah, we didn't even really bring it up. That's kind of our fault. We can always. We're planning on going back to Parents Post anyway.
Well, you were so excited on swaying him over to your side as a political ally.
And
you were going to soil it with, oh, by the way, you owe us still.
We totally should have soiled it. No,
let's face it. Parent having him on our side is like the real reward.
That's the gift that keeps on giving.
And here's my thought. Not only that, but yes, we are wanted kind of people for Ushming, but my thought is this. They wrongfully arrested us and imprisoned us. When
Actually, they did neither of those things. They took you in for questioning, and they threatened you with imprisonment.
Yeah.
They never threw you in jail.
What I'm saying is, it's all a matter of how a point of view, because we were accosted and arrested. Like, we had no options.
Sure, you can look at their point of view too.
Sweet.
So that's okay.
No, guys. But my point is,
check your privilege.
I do have a counterpoint.
Wait. My point is, we could probably, if we need to, find a lawyer that would keep them from castling us. Because there's enough there for grounds of wrong use or something. I'm not a lawyer, but
this isn't Law and Order, Squee. This is Riffs.
No, guys.
Oh my god, can you imagine? Like, the judge is a cyber knight, like, the defending prosecution is a juicer who, like, just rips out of his soup. Oh my god, I want to see this now. Why is he rips to Law and Order?
My thought is that we don't need the black market. We have other avenues we can pursue. If they want to push us and give us a hard time, it's not like they were blameless either, and we can use that against them.
Your Honor, I'd like to bring up to the stand new suit.
Picnic time! Picnic time! He's like,
wait. Monkeys?
Or
Monkeys?
gorillas.
Gorillas!
You see, like Al in the witness stand crying. They promised they wouldn't send someone to tail us, and they sent someone to tail us.
Anyways, yes. Anyway, sorry, we're digressing again. That
Yes.
was 100% my bad. All right, so voting
a
time.
counterpoint.
Okay.
Mhm.
We can still get the money and not do this. Because she did say that she, at the very least, wants to pay us back, no matter what, for the counterfeit.
I just feel like no matter what we do, if we listen to her even one bit, we're rolling in the deep, as Adele would say.
Blood money.
All right, let's vote.
Okay, so I'm going to make it very simple, very binary. Who wants to do or deal? Okay, those in favor of doing the dame's proposal.
Here.
Okay.
Nay.
No.
No. Shut up, Squee.
That works. It's yay. Okay.
Yay.
Those in favor of not doing the dame's proposal.
Yay!
Yay.
Yay!
Okay. Unfortunately,
Upset now.
burn 3-1. You have been outvoted. You guys will say thanks, but no thanks. Well, you can tell her, or you can just hang up. What do you guys want to do?
Real quick though, Burn. How about when we're done here, we go Parents Post and ask about that money?
Sure. How about while I'm also incapacitated, because I have to be incapacitated in the next 6 days, you get me a fucking guitar with that money.
Wait, is it
How
his
about
birthday? Is that why he's incapacitated, or is it a different
Yes.
reason?
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
birthday.
Yes.
Got
His
it.
birthday.
A birthday. Ask
I'm gonna
Blink
get
for
him. I'm
birthday
gonna get him a
sex.
ukulele.
They're on a break.
Not only are they on a break, but he will be put under anesthesia.
I mean, it'll be fun for someone. I'm not saying it's gonna be you though.
Anywho,
Okay.
Okay, can I
So-
just say I don't condone rape?
okay. Now that we're all
I did not think
clear
I
on
would-
our stances on
Al will respond because, like Patrick said, let's let her down easy, and Al will respond, and he will say, "It is a gracious offer, but as I said, we have no interest in getting the money back or in any more dealings with you. And while I hold no personal grudges against you, the whole ordeal has simply made us uninvested in any of it. So we are going to decline all of your offers and wish you a pleasant day."
Understood. May I ask is there any correlation between your stance right now and what happened to the Tolkien cell? It's my understanding our communications are very limited, but we heard there was an extremely large legal purging of the area, thanks to an informant, a man that they recently acquired, a con artist, a man who goes by many names, who testified and provided information. Did he somehow rat you out as well? Did you have legal problems in Tolkien? If not, we can help find this man for you and
hang on.
get the revenge you seek.
Hang up the phone. Hang up the radio. Hang up.
I was going to
Hang
say, no, actually. We have no idea what you're talking about. We had minor dealings with them, didn't like them, and never saw them again. As I said, we don't have any need for your services.
Very well. Then, at the very least, can I let you know a drop-off location in which you can collect your funds?
I would save your money. As I said, we have no ill will against you, but we are truly serious when we say we would rather have no more dealings.
I understand. Well, please, if you change your mind, come back at this location. Our agent there will let you know how to communicate with us once again. Good day.
Good day. Al will key the mic, let it go, and say, Fievel?
Fievel sticks his hat humanoid head out from the trees and branches and he blinks at you with big golden cat-like eyes, and he says, 10 million credits. If you're not going to take it, can I have it?
Al
No.
looks at him.
No.
Rubbing it in Tom's face.
No.
Al-
Cat. This cat man.
Al like is
Fat cat man. Bad.
Al's hesitant for a second, and he says, "Wait, Fievel, how long have you been here waiting for us?"
I haven't been waiting for you, he says. I have been waiting here. I've been assigned here. My rotation here started 4 days ago.
Oh, you haven't by chance seen anyone else here besides us, have you?
Nope, you're the first. But I'm sure more will come. I've made myself pretty cozy up there. Got everything I need. So I'm good for set for a while. No, seriously, can I have your 10 million credits?
No.
You'd have to take that up with the dame, I'm afraid.
Hmm.
But
I will
it has
listen.
been a pleasure meeting you.
No. And he's just screaming this to the fucking sky. No.
No.
Crimson runs towards the behemoth.
No.
All right, Black Ninja. All right. So, all right. With that, Fievel, dejected at the constant nose, will bring up the radio on his twine and disappear back into the tree.
Al will like see him look dejected, and he'll say, "It really was a pleasure meeting you," as he walks away.
There's no.
I'm gonna go
reply
pet
from
my
the tree.
dog.
Aw.
Hannibal.
So I guess the next step now would be to go to Ipshming proper and see if we can pick up a trail.
Okay. I can fast forward you guys to the Ishpeming security check if you like.
Assuming the group is still going for this.
Yeah, go
Okay.
nuts.
All right.
Sure.
You turn the behemoth around and approach the southern security checkpoint of Ishpeming. Similar as before, you are given a place. There's a large parking area in which you can, that's gravel, in which you can park your behemoth. You can hire on individuals to guard the behemoth if you want, or you can just leave it to the patrols that are the the Ishpeming patrols of the area itself.
Why?
You can leave your items on the behemoth, or you can leave them in storage lockers. If you choose to leave your items in the storage lockers, let me know, and I'll let you know the cost of it. And finally, once again, as to the big sign and the speaker that speaks out, only personal bladed weapons, personal firearms that aren't high energy, aka only SDC firearms, and body armor are allowed in Ishpeming.
Well, I would be down for hiring somebody to watch our stuff if we had money.
Why don't we get one of our loser companions to watch it?
Oh my god.
Oh my! Bear and Blink are in the behemoth with you.
All right, Bear Blink. Oh, all
I
right,
can't
Bear
believe you
Blink.
called them losers.
No, this is Criana calling them losers. Ellie would never do that. She respects them. Anyway,
Why is Criana calling them losers?
Criana's an
Wow.
asshole. Do we not know
Oh.
this? Have we not pieced
Alright.
this together yet? Is
Alright,
this
fair
not
enough.
parsable? Okay.
Okay, first of all.
You son of a bitch. No. she walks over. All right, which one of you wants to watch the behemoth?
Blink looks to Bear. Bear looks to Blink. They both shrug and they say, "We both can."
Okay, bye guys.
All right. Okay, so that's settled. One.
Is he gone? What happened?
Do we lose Inferno?
We may have lost Inferno.
Inferno, no!
I think he was going to say once, but I heard one.
Okay. I just only had enough time to
Hello?
type and lost.
Hi.
Hi.
All right. So where did I leave off?
You're about to say once, I think?
All right. So once you got that sorted out, when you go through the security checkpoint, as before, those of you who are psychically or magically gifted are given laminated cards to keep with you to identify you as an individual with such gifts. Do any of you take any body armor, SDC, bladed, or pistol weapons?
No.
Al wants to take his neuroblade. He'll take a neuroblade and one of his ceramic knives, and he's actually going to ask them. He's going to hold up the plastic knife and say, "Is this an issue?"
The Psy Stalker nearby, she looks at it. She says, "I sense faint magical energy. Can you demonstrate what it does?"
I'm not exactly sure myself. I was told it might be magical, but I don't
Try
really know.
bending it.
I don't want to bend it.
It was actually shown that it can bend relatively really far without.
Okay,
breaking.
Al will do put it between his two hands and flimsy it a little bit.
But you don't know what it does?
I'm afraid not.
She pauses for a moment. She says, "All right, for now. I'll have an extra form that you'll need to fill out, just so the internal police are aware of what you have on you. We'll make an addendum to your card." All of a sudden, the fellow next to her, the other security fellow, kind of whispers at her, and she looks at them, and she looks at him. She furrows her brow, and she looks at all of you, and she says, "Just hold here for one moment, please."
Oh.
The two of them head over to a small security desk. It's clear that she's communicating with someone on the radio.
You just had
The
to
Psy
show her
Stalker
with the knife,
security
didn't
person.
you?
The security,
that was what it was.
The security Psy Stalker comes up. She says, "If you could just wait here just a few minutes, please."
We should go. We should. No, she's not saying that
No.
to her.
She gives a pleasant smile and she says, "Nothing to be alarmed with."
We should go. Guys, we should go. I got a bad feeling about this.
Tom is on the ground with his hands behind his neck.
Excuse me, sir. There's no need for that.
Tom, what are you doing?
Tom?
We're getting arrested, aren't we?
Why are we getting?
You're not.
I won't stand Tom up.
What?
Yeah, and both of the security folks look at each other and they laugh. And after she's done laughing, the Psy Stalker, the female Psy Stalker, she's like, "No, we just have someone from internal loss prevention for the Northern Gun. They want to come up here and talk with you for a few minutes. Trust me, if you were being arrested, you'd be arrested right now."
That's what happened last time.
Ellie looks at Tom.
Al just puts his face in his hand.
So sure enough,
All
a few minutes
right.
later. Few minutes later, give me a moment here. Where are
I
you?
love the visual of just, oh god, just gets on his knees and gets on the floor.
All right. She, sure enough, you're approached by another woman. She looks to be in her late 30s or so. She has a short brunette hair right to her, right under, the length is right just underneath her ear, so relatively short haircut. Pretty good looking. As far as a physical beauty score goes. She's in body armor with the insignia and the painting of not set apart from the security personnel and the police that you've seen in Ishpeming. Her armor is a deep blue with a black streak down the center of the armor itself. And she has on an insignia something called IPO. She introduces herself as Victoria Sandler, but you can call her excuse me, you can call her Corporal Sandler. She takes you aside and at a empty security booth, she gives a thin smile and she says, "Welcome back to Ishpeming. I've been made aware of your presence once again. Uh, it seems that you left our fair city under different circumstances."
Yes.
Now you can do that, Tom.
Tom will get up. He'll get on his knees.
She says, "I've been briefed on the situation from the director of Northern Gun all the way down to Mr. Reed himself, the man that you dealt with. I'm fully aware of the situation. Is there anything you'd like to say?"
We still resent being accosted by a mercenary group and held against our will.
You were not held against your will. You were being questioned.
And then threatened.
And
we
you
asked to
escaped
leave.
questioning.
We asked to leave. They said no. That's held against our will, is it not?
No.
Then
That's
what
being
is it?
That's being detained for questioning.
You are really splitting hairs there.
Is that all you have to say?
Have we broken any laws?
No. But
Oh.
you are suspected affiliates of a criminal organization. I'm hoping with this conversation to convince you to no longer become affiliated with them, to stop this resistance, to stop this barrier that you're putting between us, and helping us eliminate them from our city. There's still a chance. There's no need for you to... Right now, we're still seeing you in some part as unwilling victims of their treachery, of their illegal activities. But if you continue to resist in such a way, we're going to have to assume that your affiliation is even deeper.
We're just adventurers. We only came here to find this guy's sister.
I see. Very well. I understand. But there's still the matter of what happened last month.
Al will shrug and he'll say, "There's not much we can tell you. We didn't know who we were dealing with until we were detained by you. And once we were rescued again against our will, obviously, I'm sure you can believe we didn't even know that was going to happen. We cut all
No,
ties
I do not know
ourselves." Well, then take my word for it, because I have no other way of convincing you. We cut all ties because we have no interest in dealing with the black market.
Roll a D100, please.
Sure.
Whew.
She says, "Well, I certainly hope that's the case. Very well. I can see that there's no use in continuing this conversation. I will, however, for our safety, I will, of course, let you into Ishpeming. Although I do have the authority to ask you not to go through the security gates and to enforce that you do not go through the security gates, I don't think such a drastic measure is necessary, especially if you're looking for a lost loved one. Goodness knows during this time of uncertainty and chaos, this worry about some great force coming to destroy us all, like all the psychics and doomsayers say, I can understand the importance of kin. However, I would not be doing my job if I didn't have at least some enforcement. So, for your stay here, I am unfortunately going to have to instigate our Code 43B, which states that individuals who are suspected of being affiliated with a criminal organization is not permitted to come in with any weaponry or magic items past the security gates. So, I'll have you go through secondary screening. You can once again store all weaponry and magic items either on your craft or in our secure areas, and then you're allowed to pass through.
Okay.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay. So with that, there's no point in us role playing, you putting shit away, right? So you go back to the behemoth, store the weapons you have. So my only big question is, once you're going through this secondary screening, is anyone going to try to smuggle anything through?
Nope.
No, they already don't like
No.
us.
Nope.
Okay. All right. So while you're in Ishpeming, even though we keep equipment as a very kind of loose thing, just no, you can have your armor on. She didn't say you can have any armor on, but no magic items, no weapons. Okay?
Got it.
Chicken.
All right.
Yes.
Groovy.
The only weapon that I have is my brain, because she can't take that away from me.
Well, she can with a laser blast to the dome, but yeah.
She can, but I would be very sad.
We all
Would
would be.
anything in Al's trauma kit stop him? Like he has a laser scalpel, that kind of thing.
Probably.
Oh no!
Can be used as a
Well,
laser.
if I were to just put a normal scalpel or something in there, would that still count?
Normal scalpel. You'll have to substitute a normal scalpel for the laser
Okay.
scalpel.
Because he's got needles and other things, but that would be fine.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. I don't think any of it could be used as a weapon anyway.
It'd be a very ineffective knife.
Start stabbing it with a syringe.
It would be more mentally traumatizing than physically traumatizing. Okay. So once again, you are faced with the you are sent past the security area, and you make the long walk, the half-mile walk between the security area and Ishpeming proper, until you come across the hover train terminal once again in front of you, and it's a bustle with a variety of individuals. Now, to the direct left of the terminals, the stairs that go up to the terminals, and the various hover trains that take people from location to the city to location in the city. You've seen this before, but I'll pay special interest to it, obviously, is a variety of information terminals off to the left, a big square of them. You might have known for operating such an information terminal in maybe in Ishpeming before or something similar. These information terminals serve both the literate and the illiterate. For the literate, the information just comes up onto a computer screen. It's touch screen, and you can navigate, right? And it navigates a variety of areas of interest in the city, dining, entertainment, and a classified section in which people can sell their it's just like a classified for anything, right? Anything from personals to messages to selling products to selling an old car, anything, right? How this serves the illiterate is that the same information terminals has a speaker that can speak out all the information that is browsed, and it uses a color coding system in which to it'll be like to listen to the next page, press the green button. To read personals, press red. To repeat, the stuff like that. And in fact, while you're standing there at the hover train terminal with the information booth off to the left, you see a dog boy. You see a dog boy who appears to be like a black lab type breed. Really big, too. This guy is bigger than your average dog boy. He's maybe borderline like 6'2" or so. Very muscly too. And he seems very upset at the terminal that he's talking with. And you can hear the terminal chime out in a happy, pleasant voice. "I'm sorry, we do not have that available. Please press the red button to go back." You can hear the dog boy growl. He goes, "I can't see that color, you stupid machine!" And he smacks the side of the machine with a big, meaty hand-like paw. And you hear a coming from the terminal. "Please do not strike the Ishpeming information terminal. This is your second warning." Nuts to your stupid warning, says the dog boy as he gives it another square kick. This is your third and final warning.
Can I go over there?
Sure,
Yeah.
of course.
Elliot will walk over there and kind of be like, "Do you need help with that thing?"
The dog boy looks over his shoulder to you, and you can see his face is still in a bit of a snarl. But when he looks over to you, his face calms down a little bit. He goes, "Yeah, whoever programmed these things, or they didn't. I can't see certain shades of color. So when it says red, and I'm apparently pressing the yellow, I don't understand this stupid thing. I just want to find a good place to eat."
Oh, that's annoying. Here, let me help you out. Let's find her out a good place to eat. What do you feel like eating?
Wow, I always do I want a good steakhouse.
All right. Mind if I come with you?
Well, we don't really know each other.
That's okay. She goes over and she pushes the red button.
The screen actually goes back. It looks like he accidentally navigated to personal messages.
Oh, just go back a bit.
Sorry, Al, you went over there as well, right?
So did Tom.
Yeah, but
And
he
so
would
did Tom?
he would just let Ellie do her thing, and
Okay,
be
fair
ready
enough.
to stop her in case she starts beating on the machine.
While
Probably a
this
good
is
idea there. I
happening-
gave the third warning.
While
Hmm?
this is happening, I want to use a different terminal
Okay.
because there's several, right?
Oh, there's a whole chain of them. Yeah.
Okay. I want to use the next terminal,
Okay.
and
Next
I want
terminal.
to look at the personals.
Okay. Excellent. Now you are literate, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
In
so-
American.
Wonderful. So that's great. I'm going to come back to you in just a moment. I'm going to just
Okay.
quickly resolve the scene with the dog boy and Ellie and Al watching. Dog boy, do you have computer operations at all as a skill? Yeah.
Time
Ellie?
to open up my character sheet, which I
All
may
right.
have forgotten to
Open. That's fine. Take your
Oh.
time.
And my Windows is just gonna wait a minute. There
All
we
right, Tom. I'm going to ask you the same question. So.
go. Okay.
If I have computer operations,
Mhm. If you don't worry. It's just computer
I
operations.
do.
Oh, there you go. Perfect.
I have identifying plants and fruits.
So, no. All right, so that's all right. It's just if you had that skill, it would be a lot easier to navigate. So it takes a few minutes. You navigate out of the personals, go to more venues, entertainment. You navigate to eateries, to restaurants, and you can actually search by the word steak, right?
Mhm.
I'm going to assume you're literate enough to know how to spell steak.
Yes.
So you do so, and there are 26 different restaurants that say they serve steak. The top one, which you can only assume is the one that paid the most in advertising revenue, is a place called Solern Steakhouse and Ribbery. It's found on it's a squat little hut. There's like an exterior picture of it. It's a squat little hut on the north side, but it boasts a sign of like a talking pig on top of a grill, and the little bubble over its mouth says "Best ribs in the world."
Ellie points to that. Best ribs in the world.
Is that what it says?
Hang on. She looks at it again. Yes.
Oh,
Apparently,
That
it's the.
seems like a big promise to make.
Well, I guess there's only one way to find out. Says
We're
the
gonna
dog
be
boy.
the judge of that.
Are-
Yeah.
The dog boy looks over to you and he goes, "So you're serious?"
Of course I am. You seem like a worthy new companion for us. She blinks.
Whoa!
Al's eyes widen.
Dog boy
You put all the
raises his
material.
hands and he says, "Whoa! I don't know what kind of operation you got going on, but I have a job."
Oh, well, let's just go get something to eat then.
All right.
Al-
Says the very confused dog boy.
Al quietly
Before we
breathes
go
a sigh
anywhere,
of relief.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to you, Tom. I'm gonna get to you. I'm gonna get to you. No one's going anywhere. We're just finishing up the role play.
No, I was.
Anyway, it goes, okay. Sure. Dog boy is so confused. And he extends a hand over to Ellie and he says, well, my new name, I guess I should say, is Phineas.
Your new name?
Yeah, I'm. Long story short, I used to be a part, or I was born, I guess you could say, in the coalition, and they give us, names and numbers, right? Maybe sometimes a nickname or a call sign.
Mm-hmm.
I got met up with I guess you could say like a freedom group, a resistance group, met up in a little town called Lacree. And when I was there, they said I should pick a name that I really like, right?
Mm-hmm.
They gave me a big book of possible names, and they read them all out to me. And I liked the way the name Phineas sounded. It sounded, smart. So, that's my new name. That's what I go by.
It seems like a good fit. Nice to meet you, Phineas. I'm Ellie.
He takes his big hand paw into yours and he gives it a couple pumps, and he says, "Well, I was gonna say thank you for the help here, but I guess we'll be eating. Listen, I just have enough credits for myself, or I'd buy you something to eat too as a thank you. But gotta pinch every credit, right?"
Don't worry about it. We got enough, right? She turns to Al. We have enough, right, to try some of the best steak.
Al nods and he says, "Yeah, Alcibiades, nice to meet you."
Yeah, you too, he says. Okay, so back to Tom. Roll me computer navigation, sir.
Really quickly, when Ellie does say we have enough credits, you'll hear a very angry sound from Tom as he continues to navigate on the computer.
Okay.
But let's roll that.
Oh, Tom.
50. Yes, I beat it 5%.
Excellent. So you're able to navigate things extremely well. You utilize the syntax search function quickly and efficiently. And sure enough, you see a message that was posted 2 weeks and 6 days ago that bears resemblance to the note that was left in New Laszlo. Seriously, of little as such. I'm going to copy and paste it as well into a roll 20.
Okay.
A long time ago, a long time away, a brother journeyed without delay, could find no challenge to meet his own. A basilisk's gaze turned his heart to stone. Yet as he dozed beneath summer's glow, a yearning call was heard from deep below. Do you remember, Al, how the code works?
I believe it's the second word in each sentence or phrase. So it would be not including a long time ago, a long time away. So it would be brother, find basilisk as yearning.
Basilisk's yearning. Oh, wait, basilisk.
Basilisk's gaze as yearning.
No, basilisk. There's a space though, so it'd be
find basilisk as yearning.
Yet yearning.
Maybe at yearning. So we need to find a place called Yearning, and we're looking for someone named Basilisk.
Yearning,
Yeah,
says a dog boy.
1, 2, 3.
Oh. And he kind of looks down. And see, if he wasn't a black lab, you probably see him blush. But Ellie, you can kind of see him get super bashful all of a sudden.
What's up, Phineas? What was his name? Was that right?
Yeah,
that was
Phineas.
Phineas.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I remembered.
It's a miracle.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
And it looks like we need to be there at 5 p.m.
Oh, you remember to count the A's. Good on you. He looks over to Ellie and he says, you seem like a nice gal. I don't want to sell you. And he kind of looks over to Al and to Tom and to Patrick. He says, it's, what would they call it? A bordello?
Bordello, that sounds delicious.
No. He says, no, not that kind of food. It's a gentleman's club. It's
Oh. So I can't go in?
well, you can go in, but you might. Well,
What's a gentleman's club?
I guess a
no.
place for young
Okay,
gentlemen like yourself.
No, Phineas rubs his head. He goes, "Okay, yeah, I was worried about this." For some folks who are on the road for a long time and they're looking for
Like
companionship.
us. Like us! You will be your companion, but maybe we can find one there.
Al's just shaking his head.
Okay. Like, Phineas is very glad that Al is figuring this out. He goes, yeah, this guy knows what I'm talking about.
Al will step in and he'll say, "It's a club where people dance naked."
That sounds like fun!
No.
What?
He said, that's not what happens either.
What?
I don't think I should go.
It's a whorehouse.
Oh. Al goes, and then he goes, "Wait, the hell was my sister doing at a whorehouse?"
Oh, you know what? You know what Phineas says? You know what? Thank you very much for your offer. Thank you very much for your help. I'm gonna go my own way.
We'll
right.
see you
All right,
soon,
take care.
Phineas. Bye.
All right, bye. And he's gonna get up on the train terminal, and he's gonna take a couple glances over at Al.
He's gonna be the new August.
Jesus Christ. All right.
Al's looking very distraught.
Well, let's go
Yeah.
there then.
I'm not going inside because if
Well, that's
Blink ever
fine.
finds out, I would.
He's on the behemoth.
She won't know. No, that's fine. That's fine. I'll go
You
in.
know the saying, what happens in Nishpeming stays in Nishpeming.
No.
I'm sure Blink is an adult and understands that we're following clues, not getting nookie.
I'm gonna sit outside.
I love this. Would definitely sell out to the black market, but if Blink ever finds out that he was in a freaking
In a whorehouse
just
when they were on
adamantly
a break.
against it. I love the contrast.
It is pretty spectacular.
To be fair,
Well,
we had the perfect opportunity when we were coming in to just go along with the plan, and then it would be done with it. To be fair.
anywho,
Anywho.
where are you guys headed? Heading towards Yearning?
Yeah, Al looks very disturbed and is heading straight there.
Well, unfortunately, you'll
What's
be even
he,
more
17?
disturbed because Yearning is not found in the registry.
Oh.
Oh.
So, who of you have Streetwise? Because you're going to have
I
to
do.
ask around,
I
folks.
do.
Not this
I
guy.
I do. I'm pretty sure I do. Hang on, let me check. I
Oh,
feel
this is
like.
going to be hilarious. You do
Uh,
have Streetwise.
Yeah, I have it. I totes have it. Let me do it.
So let's, if you want, we should totally roleplay you asking
Yes.
people.
Oh
Hang
my
on.
god, yes.
But I need to base my question off of how my roll goes.
Yes. All right. So go ahead and make it harder by 10 because this is a brothel. Not everyone's gonna know where it is.
Okay. I add 10 to it, not minus. Plus 10. Okay. Oh, I failed by like 20. Let's see.
Do you?
Yeah, hang on. Let me see. My streetwise is 58%.
Well, so you fail by 13.
Oh, I can do math.
It's okay. So we should still roleplay this.
Oh, yeah.
So you still might get some information, but I think this person is going to be mostly confused. All right. So, let's start with a gentleman passing by in the across the tram station, the hover train station. He has what appears to be a briefcase, a very upscale little suit, and a little kind of almost a bowler style hat on his head.
Mhm.
He's passing on by.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Oh, yeah. Yes, young woman. He
You
says,
seem like someone who's looking for some companionship.
He says, I, like,
Or at least you found some companionship?
yes, I'm married. I'm
Yeah.
very confused. Are you trying to sell something? Because solicitation is not allowed on the tram station.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just looking for yearning.
You're yearning?
Yeah, yearn. Yeah, I'm looking for companionship because I gotta find this guy's sister. So I gotta find some companionship. She might be looking for some companions.
You get there's a spark in his head. Sorry, it's in his head. His head explodes. No, no, there's a spark in his eye, and you can tell that he might know what you're talking about now. But he quickly says, "I'm sorry, I would have no idea about that. I'm a happily married man."
But please, we're trying to find someone. She could be in a lot of trouble there.
You have your physical beauty is high enough to give you a chance to charm, don't you?
Yeah, but I always fail it whenever I do a charm. But I'll do it. She'll be batting her eyelashes. Let's see how I failed this one miserably.
Does this work?
This is when you're gonna roll a 1, and he's gonna propose to you.
Nope, I fail. What a surprise! I fail again.
This is what we call learned helplessness.
This
Criana.
physical beauty thing has barely done anything for me when it comes to the dice roll.
I mean, why do I even have breasts?
Wait, can I get a +10 if I squish them together?
Yes, but you still fail, right? Isn't the 70 still failure?
Yeah, it's 65%.
Anyway.
Maybe you should stop doing the seizure eyes at him.
Okay.
I like to think Ellie thinks she's batting her eyelashes, but really, like, one eye is going one direction.
Anyways, the gentleman gives a thin smile. He goes, "Well, I'm very sorry. I wish you the best of luck finding your friend's sister, but I must be going." And he hastily makes away. You know what? You can try again, and I'll even give you a fresh, streetwise check too.
Okay. All right. Let's just going to find. Okay, so +10.
All right. Second person you approach. Second because you failed again. It's like a 14-year-old boy. No, 14-year-old girl. Yes.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
She looks up from the data pad that she's reading. She goes, yes?
I'm looking for a place called Yearning.
Oh, I'm sorry, I've never heard of that.
Oh, do you have an adult with you?
No. She says as she rolls her eyes and looks back at her pad.
Wait. Can you look up in your data pad for Yearning?
Why should I? She asks.
Because my friend is looking for his sister, and if I don't find his sister, she might get dead or something. I don't know what the stakes are, but I'm really worried.
All right, roll me another charm, or AKA pity check.
It's like grown-ass woman crying to
Yeah.
a 13-year-old. God damn it!
She's 14. She's 14. And all the girl does is look at you really strange, get up from the bench, and walk away.
Okay, hang on. She like walks over to the group. She looks
You
at
still
them.
get experience for trying. I just want you to know. You get experience for trying.
She looks at the group. What am I doing wrong?
Well,
Wait, I know, because Ellie's Ellie is still wearing Patrick's oversized shirt,
Yes.
what she does is she is there anything she can like stuff into it to make herself look plumper?
Maybe maybe look through some of the stuff that you have in your inventory and.
Does anyone have a jacket?
Yes.
I have
Oh, Tom,
a furry floppy ear hat.
I'll take Tom's jacket.
Okay, it's
And
that
ice.
overcoat that I got in
Yeah, this will be perfect.
Okay, that'll work.
yeah.
Now, I'm using a disguise check to make it look like I'm pregnant.
Oh my god, do it.
Okay,
Roll disguise.
Okay.
No modifiers.
It's probably a fail. Hang on.
No, you're
oh no, 70. I look pregnant. Yeah, I do it right
70, I look
Oh my god, this is amazing. So, okay. Okay, this is amazing. All right, now armed with your new disguise.
She goes to the next passerby, Mr. DM. Who would that be?
Well, it would be actually young man. He's in his probably mid-20s or so. And I want you to make your disguise check easier because people have a tendency to listen or want to help pregnant women. Even in the post-apocalypse. Well, I mean, Ishpeming is a large city with civilized people. So, you know, common decency is still prevalent for the most part.
All right, and this is for my charm or for?
No, that was for your streetwise.
Oh, for my street. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So it's
asking
just
around.
straight.
Actually, it could be for your charm too. Really. No.
Well,
Just do your streetwise.
okay.
You know what? Do your charm too.
Okay, make it easier by 10 then, because.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Shut up,
I know
Patrick.
you
This
have-
is my moment.
Hey, I think you succeeded this time.
Yeah, hang on. What's my streetwise? 58%. What I get?
44.
Thank God. So
Okay.
she
All
will, she will go up to this young man and be, excuse me.
Oh, yes, ma'am. He asks.
Hi. Gosh, maybe you can help me. So, I'm looking for my sister. I hear she works at this place called Yearning. I wanted to tell her that, well, she's gonna be an aunt, but I haven't been able to find this place. It's not on the terminals at all. I thought maybe someone could help me.
Oh. He pauses for a moment and he kind of steps towards you and he goes, Miss, did your sister say what she did at this place?
She kind of gives a sad smile. I'm aware of what it is.
Oh.
But
Oh.
I mean, I'm not proud of her, but I mean, she's still family and all, you know?
Yeah, I guess I can get that. Sure. He
Do you-
pauses for a moment and he says, well, the thing is, I don't know exactly where it is. I've just heard through the thing, but I do know it's definitely in the eastern section, past. He pauses for a moment. Past the Mall of Michigan, and sorry, give me 2 seconds. Oh, my notes. Oh, it's ruined everything. Inferno, why didn't you have this planned while other people were? Give me a moment. Why are we making these noises?
Sorry, it's the pregnancy. It does that.
All right.
So who wants to
Okay.
convince Ellie when we're done that she's not actually pregnant?
What makes you think she believes she's pregnant? She's the one who stuffed a shirt.
I'm taking my goddamn jacket back, whether you like it or not. Okay.
It might be like gross and sweaty. Because Ellie's gross and sweaty.
And he says, "All right, go past
Mhm.
the Mall of Michigan, 4 blocks off, you're going to see a place called Desert Night. All right? It's a restaurant.
Mhm.
Then, a block north from that is a bar called Green Bar. Apparently, this yearning place is right next to this Green Bar.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, that actually helps a lot. Thank you so much.
Okay. Well, that's where it was 3 years ago. You know how sometimes these places move around.
Well, it's a good place to start at the very least. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, he says as he makes his way. So there you are. All right. What would you guys like to do?
I'll give Tom his
Thank
jacket
Ellie. Al would thank Ellie.
back.
I would like to roll to sob profusely. No, I'm fine.
Okay,
It's not
great.
too sweaty. It's a little wrinkly.
Patrick, did you want to do a streetwise check in the meantime too?
Oh
Y-
no!
Can you
he's
please do it just for the sake of he's gonna
Alright.
get like a 1 and I'm gonna look like an ass. So Patrick will be sitting here
just
knowing the
roll.
entire time.
Yes. Roll.
Right. Harder
Yeah,
by
sure.
10, if I remember
Yeah.
correctly.
You remember correctly.
Nope, failed.
Okay,
Oh,
there you go.
okay.
So Patrick didn't have much success either, although Ellie eventually did for the most part. You think, you hope.
Yeah.
So where would you like to go? Do you want to just follow those directions? Shall I just narrate that part for you?
Sure.
Okay. You take the hover train to the Mall, Michigan. Extremely busy, especially around this time of, well, I don't know, this time of day. I was going to say this time of year, but it's not Christmas in Michigan. This is like
Holiday episode.
spring going into summer going on here. Anyway, you sure enough, you do find the restaurant named you think you, well, to clarify, Desert Night used to be a restaurant. It's been closed down, but its sign's still up, or the grayed out sign of what it used to be. So you hit the right spot there. And luckily, you do come across a what looks like a 3-story building that is quite long, much longer than it is deep. And at the very top of the building itself, there's no proper sign with the words or anything like that. But what you see is a power bar, similar to a power bar that you would see on the side of an energy weapon or a sidearm, to let you know how charged an E-clip is, right? Think of a power bar on a, I don't know, on a tablet device or something like that, or your cell phone, right? A little bar with about 4 different sections. And this is bright green, and the sign blinks like the little power bar is powering up. Each section is getting full, more and more full. You see a very clear entrance to what you assume is some sort of tavern, because through the open glass windows, you see a standard, almost like an Irish-style bar, wooden bar stools, populated with probably about half a dozen individuals drinking, eating, that thing. But it's a little strange because it's off kilter, because instead of the entrance being right the center of the building, it's far off to the right. And you do see another door off to the left, although it is painted completely black, and it doesn't seem to have a doorknob on the outside. And Mila, if you have excellent vision, you can see that although it's painted over, I swear you could see like a little slit, like a view slit, about 3/4 of the way up the door too.
Mila or Ellie will go over to the door.
Okay. The door stands in front of you, and this close, you definitely do see like a view slit.
and she will give it a hearty knock.
All right. Metallic thump can be heard. A few moments later, the slit opens. It looks over to you and he says, "Reference?"
Reference? I'm sorry?
"Yes. Who's your reference?"
Basilisk.
You hear a grunt. Door closes. You can hear with your extra sensitive hearing, your enhanced hearing, the other side of the door. You hear the shuffling of papers, and you hear the same gruff voice call out, "Hey, is Basilisk still here?" There's a reply, but your hearing isn't set enough to hear. He goes, "Oh, okay. Is he expecting some dame?" Once again, can't hear the reply. All right, whatever. Opens up, and he says, "All right, check out. Come in." And he opens up the door.
Perfect, thank you. And Ellie will walk inside.
Door closes after Ellie. Unless...
Like I like Al like maybe like sticking his hand in right as it closes, going, excuse me.
Yeah.
We're with her.
These are my buddies. Can they come in too?
Roll me a D100, Mila.
Oh, God.
Bat them eyes.
Yeah!
Looks over to you and he says, "They're all with you?"
Yeah. Well, except for that guy.
I'll
She
wait
points at Tom.
outside.
He's gonna wait outside. He's bashful.
Tell him no loitering. It's not good for business.
Okay, Tom, get out of here.
Tell him to go to the bar next door. They could use the business.
Go to the
I'm
bar next door.
17.
You're not 17. You're not. Just
They
go.
don't check.
Guess I'll just go and kick some rocks or something. He starts walking off.
The loneliest man theme plays.
Whatever. Says the bouncer at the door as he lets the three of you in. Yes, as he lets the three of you in. So I'm going to describe to the ones who are inside. Tom, I'll come back to you. We'll have something for you, I'm sure. So, you are escorted down a very narrow hallway. It's painted this deep maroon red color. Down a flight of stairs to like a little, it looks like a little grungy basement area, but it's only, it continues down as a hallway for only about like 20 more feet until you climb 3 flights of stairs. And that's when both the environs and the smells and the sounds get much more pleasant. Instead of bare, simple maroon walls, you a slatted door painted a very bright canary yellow opens up before you, and you can see this big, expansive lounge. It is filled with what appears to be high art of portraits of a variety of folks. Some of it burlesque, some of it not. Flowing silks hang from the ceiling in almost like a canopy type way, almost like you're underneath a big, beautiful silken tent in a way. The walls are stucco with a very light beige color, and there's a variety of pillows and couches and Chesterfields and other furniture in which a person can recline and eat. In addition, there are about 20 individuals here, 5 men and 15 women. The women are fully clothed. They are extremely well dressed in either ball gowns, high jewelry, flowing, slightly risque clothing, while the gentlemen, for the most part, look more roundabout workaday. just gonna take a drink.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say they're nude.
No, they're not. No. There's no indiscretions. I'm not gonna go into a lot of details because although we're not afraid of adult situations, this isn't. I mean, we don't need to go in any details. But in this lounge area, with the reclining men, like I said, everyone's fully dressed. If there is wine and fruit and cheeses that are served complimentary on trays that are brought out by smiling women. And just trying to think here for a moment. One of them. Sorry, I might as well just describe all 5 gentlemen if that's okay by you.
Yeah.
All right. The first gentleman looks to be in his early 60s or so, human. The second appears to be an elf of indeterminate age, although he's very narrow with this stark, like platinum blonde hair that goes down well past his shoulders. He seems to be the most popular of the bunch. He is currently, we'll just say, courting 3 ladies who have clustered around him, who are all laughing at his terrible jokes. There is a pair of young men. They look to be in their early 20s. Both of them look extremely nervous. One of them has a pair of glasses on. The other one has what appears to be like a cybernetic hand. And you can kind of see they're both like kind of egging each other on, that they're all just like a lot of talk. You're like, oh yeah, man, well, this is what I'm going to do. Oh yeah, that's nothing. I have this much money and this is what I'm going to do. You know, that sort of thing. And finally in the corner, talking quietly but intensely to a brunette-haired woman who looks to be in her early 20s as well, is what you can assume to be a psi stalker. You can assume this because, due to a certain mutation, they have no hair. And sure enough, this man is extremely bald, but he also has a significant scar down his left eye, a very deep divot. And you can tell the scar is still in the midst of being mended, being naturally healed. And as the scar goes from the top of his brow down to his cheek, his eye is actually a cybernetic eye. And it is clearly cybernetic. It's clearly some sort of robotic eye. It's not purely cosmetic whatsoever. He looks thin, wiry, and athletic. He's wearing a green kind of a V-neck style shirt and plain black trousers and thick boots, which look like they've been in a lot of mud recently.
Is there perhaps a waitress we can flag down?
Oh, of course, definitely. Yeah, actually, as soon as you enter, there are 2 ladies who welcome you to Yearning to provide you with delightful fruit wines and some foods to you. And if you have any questions about rates or preferences as they look over to Mila or anything else that we can do here to make your stay here comfortable, let them know.
Is there a basiliskin, perhaps?
One of the young women looks her eyes towards the psi stalker, the psi stalker with the scar across his eye. Points over to that direction. She says, well, that's him right there in the corner. I hope and she pauses for a moment. She says, you're not involved with him at all.
What?
Well, we've had a few lovers disputes here, and this is a completely non-violent area. So if there's a personal conflict, involving fidelity or anything else like that, we'd appreciate it if it's taken outside.
I will keep that in mind, she says, not looking like she totally understood what they said, and she'll march on over.
Okay. They let you come on by, and I'm not gonna make your characters uncomfortable, Squee or Piph. So, do you go along with Mila? Sorry, Ellie?
Yeah. I'm just following
Okay.
along for now.
All right. As you approach Basilisk, he senses you heading over in his direction. He takes a couple glances your way, and he kind of finishes up the conversation he has with the brunette woman. She gives his inner thigh a little pat and a smile as you can hear her say, "Well, I'll be right back with that, honey. You just stay relaxed." He kind of gives a bit of a grunt and a nod. As he turns around and reclines on the large sofa that he's on, his arms are resting on the, I guess you could say, the back of it, as he looks towards you, and he goes, "I'm already taken care of. Maybe next week." Looks over to Mila.
Oh, that's nice. Anyway, are you Basilisk?
Yeah? Who's
Hi.
asking?
My name's Mila. We saw a sign that said to come meet you. I don't know what time it is. It said to meet at 5, but it might be earlier, it might be late.
Well, it's like 4:30 right now.
Do you
That's
have
no big deal. Mhm.
Do you have a moment?
Well, I'll listen to you, but I'm going to be occupied in the next little while, so I guess you might as well make it quick.
Oh, okay. Do you know anyone by chance whose name is Julia? Ellie says, not sure if she remembers the sister's name or even knows it.
Al's been saying the word Julia like nonstop. I like Patrick, Al, and Mila. Roll me a D100. Al, I would like yours to make yours easier by 15.
Ooh, all right.
Whoa, Patrick.
I'm on a ball.
You are. You are on a roll.
Just subtract 15 from that, so 17.
You all can tell. For a moment, his eyes light up. Well, his good eye lights up in recognition, as if surprised to hear the name. But he quickly corrects himself and he says, maybe I do, maybe I don't.
Oh no, are you gonna do this thing like Rose?
You know what? You're all just rolled again. Once again, the surprise look happens, and that's even clearer.
Mila
He
will
says,
sit down.
listen, you're not who I'm supposed to be looking for.
I know. We have a problem, though, she says, looking like she's about to get flustered again.
Oh, yeah, he says. And the brunette woman comes back. She has on a tray what appears to be a small tube device, almost like a glass pipe, but made of more of a plastics. And it's clearly stuffed with some sort of substance. And there's a silver lighter next to it. He plucks both the lighter and the little pipe from the tray, and he looks over from that and he says, "Give us a couple minutes. I gotta talk with these folks, and then we'll do part B of our plan." She kind of gives a bit of a laugh and leaves away. He lights the pipe and takes a deep smoke in, a deep inhale in, and purple plumes of smoke come up from his mouth and his nose. As he sighs and he reacts, and you can see his eye start to get a little glassy, and he says, "Oh yeah, and what's your problem?"
Okay. I know that Julia's brother, and I'm trying to find her for him because he's sort of not himself anymore and can't really do it himself, but he needs to see his sister. So we tried meeting up with Rose, but Rose wouldn't believe us, and she said the only way that she would believe us if she traveled with us, and we wanted to do that, but we couldn't because we don't trust her, and we get it that she didn't trust us, and I'm guessing that you're not going to trust us either, and we're going to be back to the drawing board.
Well, it was her idea, he says.
Julius?
To just someone's, he says, realizing he might have said too much. As he clears his throat, kind of shakes his head from the...
Is she okay? I mean, what happened to her that she's taking so much precaution?
The glassy eye gets sharp again, and he brings a finger up, and he traces it to the scar on his face, going up above his brow, and tracing it down to his cheek, tracing the deep divot scar, and he says, "This is what happened. Some fuckers, known as the Cobalt Fists, ambushed us saying that they knew where a guy named Tom was. We know he traveled with this person of interest. I went to meet him. They kidnapped me." He takes another big puff. "They tortured the fuck out of me until my friends pulled my ass out of the sling. Since then, no more shortcuts. We're very careful."
But
He
wait,
gives a bit of a chuckle. Really careful.
okay, I mean, thank you for at least telling me that. But if you know who Tom is, then you know who I am, right? I travel with Al, and I'm one of his friends. Do you know about me? Do you know about Patrick? She motions over to Patrick. We're friends of his.
Yeah? So where is he?
I can't bring him here. I want to. I really do, but he can't. He just can't come. And that's why I need to see Jalea. Because maybe she can't come, but if she can't go to him and he can't go to her, then they're never going to see each other again. Can't you understand where I'm coming from?
He takes another deep draw of his pipe. He goes, yeah, I do see it. Why can't he come? Is he dead?
He's not dead. Well,
Is he shy?
he's not shy.
Is he hiding?
Ellie gives a look to him and she says, "I guess that might be the closest thing he's doing out of those list of things. But he physically cannot come."
Tom was hiding, you know. That's what they told me. That's why they said we had to meet careful. That's when they grabbed me, you know. That's when they started cutting.
But
I got
listen,
more scars.
she leans in. I'm the friend. I'm part of the group. I'm not saying that I'll take you to Tom or I'll take you to Mila. I am Mila. I am.
Well, you cut out, or I cut out.
Oh,
No.
she's just saying that she's part of the group.
There we go. All right, yeah, no, I got, it was just that last little part that clipped out.
Oh,
for
that's
some
not
reason.
important. That's just flavor text.
He smiles and he says, "I thought something like this might happen again. Tell you what," he says. "What the fuck? I'm feeling good right now. They've set me up quite nice. Lots of pleasures, nothing I gotta worry about. It's nice of them. But I do miss the danger. So even if you're lying, well," he gives a bit of a hazy, drug-induced smile. "No risk, no reward, right?
Sure.
Just don't start cutting. or bad things are going to happen to you.
I
He gives a
wasn't.
large smile.
I wasn't planning on cutting.
That's what you say now.
Pretty sure that's what I'm gonna say 10 minutes from now too.
We'll see about that. He says as he brings a lazy hand over to you, and he says, Basilisk. Real name's Corbin Berger. But people say I have a steely gaze. He gives a bit of a smile and demonstrates the gaze of a cool blue eye. The non-robotic one.
I'm Mila. She will hold out her hand.
Well, I know that. You're right. I have heard about you. I have heard, of course, about this Tom fellow. And I do know about that fellow, although he's wearing different headgear now. So your faces and your names check out. But we'll see about the rest. Oh, yes, we shall see. Although, if you are going to ambush me and kill me and torture me, and this time Rose and Ezex are gone, so they're not going to bail me out, can you at least give me one last pleasure? I'd love one last tussle before we go into the black together.
What?
Not with you, of course. No, not with you. I'm going to go off into another room for a bit, okay? Can I meet you? And
Oh, sure. Yeah,
he
go.
pauses, he says...
Wait, you're not gonna
45
sneak out,
minutes.
are you?
No.
Okay. Sure, we can wait.
I just picture Ellie's head like like a dog when you whistle at it. It's just cocks. What?
What?
That was pretty much it. She didn't understand any of the euphemisms.
That's okay. She doesn't have to. And with that, would that be okay if this is a place to end now? Or do you want to... This might be a good place to end, because then he could meet up with Al, and then we can move on to the next stage of this.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you guys are feeling super antsy.
Yeah, but my question would be is, what's our plan from here? Because he's already met up with Al, technically
Well,
speaking.
But he doesn't know that.
Right, but like I'm asking the players, like, what is this? What are we going to accomplish?
My
I'm loving what
plan-
Ellie's doing. That's
I've
fantastic.
gotten us this
Yeah,
far.
it's
The
great.
rest is up to
Yeah.
Great. My plan is to loiter and maybe not loiter and kind of kick some rocks somewhere. That's my plan.
Oh, no, I have something planned for you. But that's going to wait till
Alright.
next week.
Yeah,
That's going to wait for our friend.
We can
For
wait
my
until-
friend, our potential new...
Oh yeah.
player.
Okay.
We can wait until next session, which will be 2 weeks from now. No, 3 weeks from now.
3 weeks.
Yeah, well, yeah, because next week's Christmas, folks, and the week after is New Year's, so
Yeah.
no game on that. So yeah, 3 weeks from now. So I guess we're leaving on a bit of a cliffhanger, but we always do. So what can you do?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
But you can take guys. Yeah, we can take a few minutes. You guys can talk about, like right now, spitball if you want, what you want to do from now on, or you can take the few weeks and talk about it. We can do a quick little Q&A with the folks here.
We can
And
do
chat too.
We can do Q&A and discuss. There's no
Okay,
reason.
perfect.
We can
Yeah,
do
might as well
all of
just-
the things.
Excellent. Yeah.
No
Because I'll want to
wonder.
wrap it up in about 15 minutes or so. But after that, there you go.
Yeah. No wonder they're being so careful.
Yep. So hey, that mercenary group sounds familiar. Have we?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're the ones who abducted
it does.
Tom.
Yeah.
The Cobalt Fists. Remember, most of them
Oh.
got blasted, but a couple of them, the leaders, got away.
Oh. I didn't remember that.
Mhm.
Is anyone surprised?
No.
The arcade. Yeah, no, but they. I mean, I won't get too much into it because who knows what happened to them. But yeah, I remember a couple of them did manage to get away. They were one of them was a leader, the other one died. They were known as, like, I believe J and J, because both their names started with J's.
Mhm.
Like it was like Jean-Luc and Janine or something like that. I'd have to look it up on my notes.
Mhm.
But the important thing is that they got away and they didn't forget about losing their entire outfit to a bunch of
Hover
fuckers
cycle.
in the wood. Yeah.
To a hover cycle.
No,
No,
that's
no,
the
wrong
that's the
people.
Screaming
Wait,
Banshees.
That's okay.
That's one that
No.
Nathan bailed you out on.
Yeah. Remember
Nathan's
Nathan?
outfit blew the
Yeah.
fuck out of them.
Oh,
While Tom was being abducted.
Yeah.
Right.
That was the
Aw.
integral part where we thought that, okay, maybe he's not such a bad guy.
And then we
and then
killed
he
him.
proceeded to stab us in the back.
Oh man,
like
I
the
miss
piece
Nathan.
of
He was
crap that he is.
He was such a good villain.
Yeah.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, he was. He was. But there are other ones out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Baron.
The bear. Yeah, and he is actually out there, like literally out there.
Mhm.
It's crazy. But he's gonna have a hard time.
Yeah.
His learning magic startup failed when you guys took down an entire criminal organization.
We
He's gonna
inadvertently
start a
kicked him in.
Kickstarter now.
Wait, are you telling me we inadvertently kicked him in the nuts again?
Yep.
Well, you definitely put a damper on his plan.
He's gonna hate us so much.
We can't even
He
know
already
Yeah.
more than like a human being can. You realize that,
Yeah,
right?
I was gonna
You
say
took away his entire empire.
This should not amuse me as much as it does.
You took away his entire empire.
And
It's
then we
like
took away
his-
his teachers.
His life's work.
His 140-year-old life's work.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Just
well,
because he decided to fuck with us.
See,
And-
this is the thing. You have to have good villains, because when you defeat them, then you feel great about it, you know? Yeah. But yeah. No question, it looks like Alicia is OP enough. Bear's never been able to shine in melee. He's okay in melee, but he's a stealth guy.
Yeah. And he's beaten Tom. Come on.
Yeah, I'm back
No,
in the-
he's literally beaten him over the head with a plastic stick.
Well, it
And
should
he
also,
has-
remember this
he has
back
the
in
best-
space.
he has the best catchphrase. There.
There.
it should also be pointed out that typical melee, unless you have some sort of really cool black magic blades or something, typical melee doesn't do as much damage as a rifle because it's a melee weapon.
But
Yes.
you have more control over it, and it's a lot easier
Yeah.
to hit an aimed area.
And it
And
can
it's a
also
lot
be a
easier to
lot.
fucking parry.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, it's almost like trading offense for defense. It has its advantages, sure, but it's not as flashy as a plasma weapon sometimes.
Sure. Of
I
course.
would say it's more flashy, just
Yeah,
not
well,
as
yeah.
effective.
Well,
Yeah.
Piph, what's your favorite magic item that Patrick owns from Mr. Bloodstone 99?
There you go.
Oh boy, my favorite was the lightning hand gauntlet thing. The
Yip
yip yip.
Oh yeah.
What happened to it? Why did you say was?
I believe that is sold or something of that kind.
No?
No, I don't think we ever sold it, did we?
Well, unless you
We haven't
gave it
sold it.
away to rescue Leon the Unicorn.
No,
Yeah,
we just
that
gave
might
the
be
sphere
it.
away. That
no,
was
no,
it.
No,
No, you
there was
gave
a
other
slew of
magic
other
items.
items that we
Oh,
also
that's
gave
right. That's
away.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, in order to
Oh,
get the
yeah.
dwarf and the older fellow?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And the elf that committed suicide.
No,
Or was
no,
it
that
the
was the
older
older fellow.
Yeah.
Yeah. You couldn't take it anymore. Being a Splagor slave is not easy.
No, it's
He
not.
no longer. I remember that conversation fairly well.
Yeah. Yeah, you fried a guy alive in his power armor with that hand
Yeah.
thing. That was gross. and
That was
awesome.
cool.
That was cool.
That's pretty neat.
That's pretty neat.
That's a thing we did.
This here's a spruce. You can tell it because of the way it is. Doo, doo, doo. No, no one. Nature walk. No.
No.
That's,
I do.
um,
Neater. That's neat.
That's pretty neat. Thank you, Inferno.
No problem.
Well.
So
Well-
okay, okay. So first things first. So he comes with us, right?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Step 2.
Well, no.
Collect
I-
underpants.
I thought this was like a no guts, no glory. I will show you, or at least tell you something.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about that because Ellie made it very clear that he can't come to her and she can't come to him, so we need to try something else. And he was like, "All right, let's do it." But I'm not sure what that means.
Yeah.
Dude was also high as balls, though, so I mean,
Yeah, I mean that
he
could
might
be-
have thought of something.
It's a good
And
thing
then
he didn't
not
ask me for my name though, because I'm kind of the opinion like we shouldn't be lying to her friends.
Yeah.
So it would have almost been like, oh yeah, and I'm Al.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of love how you guys are kind of meeting Jalea's companions step by step like this.
Yeah.
Get a feel for the personalities and shit.
Am I wrong? But was that dog boy like
There's
familiar?
a dog boy too.
No, the dog boy that we met earlier. I
Phineas!
seem to-
Was
What
Phineas
about
a friend?
It-
Familiar?
the
He's
name
gonna be our
seems
companion, so we
familiar.
need to know this.
Is it Finian? Is that the name? Why is it familiar?
It's
No.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Finian, no.
Maybe.
Finian.
No, you've come across a few dog boys in the past before, but definitely not Phineas.
Okay.
Wait, I guess that would make sense. He came from the coalition. Maybe he does know. Maybe. Oh my God! Maybe he knows Jalea.
I don't know.
Look, the coalition's very large.
And they made a lot of dog boys. And
No,
some
he
of them,
knows Jalea.
I mean,
No,
a lot of
I
them
was-
are very loyal, but there's a percentage that go rogue, and it's just pure numbers. If you make 10 million and like 2% go rogue, that's still a fuck ton of dog boys.
Could have
Oh.
had steak with your sister's friend.
We could've.
I did.
You
catch
You guys are
something.
gonna be you guys are gonna be just waiting in your own shit when you realize how right I am and that companion.
That's okay, Mr. Bloods. Don't ask as many questions as you like. What's been your favorite fight throughout the campaign? This is my last question. Okay, but what has been your favorite fight throughout the campaign? I guess each of us can answer individually. Even I can answer that one.
I think the last fight with Nathan Heathcote was probably one of the most epic ones.
Yeah, you almost died on that one. That was pretty.
Yeah,
that was
okay,
pretty rough.
weirdly enough, technically not because I had 400 MDC in the necklace, but it really felt
But you
like
didn't
I
know
almost
that.
died.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You didn't have
exactly.
the
Yeah.
if someone didn't give you the necklace before you headed out, you would have been
Mhm.
dead. That's
Yeah.
what I mean by
Yeah.
almost killed.
Yeah, and
And
either
who
way,
was it? Was it
felt-
Tom that gave it to him?
Oh yeah, that was me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it was crazy. But yeah, to me, that fight felt the most edge of the seat.
You owe Tom your life.
And
you
a
won't
guitar.
buy him a guitar.
I
Get
would
your
say
priorities
that
straight.
we've saved each other several times by now.
Yeah, that's true.
I
I didn't
would
realize you
say-
were keeping count.
My favorite fight, and
Mhm.
please forgive me, I have very bad
It's
memory, but the one that I remembered the most and that stick out the most is when Al was blinded with the bomb or whatever.
The Thornhead Demon. That's
Yeah.
what I was gonna say too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
That's great.
and then like I went over to help, and then he blinded me to whatever. I can't remember
Yeah.
what it was. The pineapple situation.
No,
wasn't
it was the
Yeah.
pineapple. Yeah, you got
Yeah.
stunned.
Yeah. So it was just like a mess, and then like it worked out in a stupidly epic way, and I just like that, how everything played out with that. Just I think sums up our group.
I think he even died in mid sentence as the thing exploded.
Yeah.
too.
Just
Yep. For me, I think it's a toss-up between two pretty great fights. One of them is the Nathan Heathcote fight, the final,
Mhm.
and the other one is our most recent one in the Magical Zone.
Yeah.
Because
that
we
one was
had
pretty crazy.
no idea what we were going up against. Absolutely none. And yet we still were able to kick ass.
It's pretty good. One of my also personal favorites is, unfortunately, this was when Squee wasn't around. You were in Greencastle, and a bunch of Elizabeth's thugs were chasing after you, and they like chased you guys through the streets. And Patrick
Oh my
levitated a
God.
gun over someone's head, and then he abducted them into the Golden Room and convinced them
Yes.
he was a god with Mila's voice.
oh, that
Like-
was amazing.
That one
That was
was
great.
that was like a crazy like that was extremely entertaining. That's
wasn't
right up there.
wasn't Bear with us with that one?
Yeah, you
And
and
then-
Bear like
And then we
dove
jumped
into the river.
And then Bear was like, "Can you swim?"
And you're like, no,
Nope.
and he carry.
Oh shit! That was a good one too.
You know, I was going to say the horn demon or mittens, but
Yeah, Mittens was a good. That was a.
Mittens was a problem that needed to be solved.
Yeah.
I consider that a battle.
The best thing about
Meal almost died.
Yeah, he caught me.
the most memorable thing about Mittens was that I couldn't even GM. I was laughing so
I think we were all losing our shit by that point.
Yeah.
You know, one of my personal favorites was the fire beetle.
You mean
Because,
the
like,
Fury Beetle?
The Fury Beetle, because there was like, we're so ready. This is gonna be epic. We're ready for anything. It works. It blows up. It dies, and it was just like, oh, awesome. Hey.
Yeah, I was like, oh boy, this is gonna be a pretty fair fight. And then you're like, wait a second, can I just light explosives and calculate his trajectory? I'm like, fuck. Boom.
I guess.
The best thing is that the Fury Beetles have crazy armored outside, but their weak spot is their underbelly.
I do really, really enjoy any of the fights where we won through unconventional methods. Like another time when I wasn't there, that was just so fantastic when I listened to it, was turning water into wine and then setting it on fire.
Yep.
You were there for that.
No, I wasn't.
No,
I
not
missed
for
that
the
session.
Max Perry cave.
Because I was
What if the
listening to it while
next
driving and I was laughing so hard I had to pull over in the
that
parking
was
lot.
really good.
That was when
Nice.
you moved, actually, if I recall correctly.
Probably, I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
I'd
assuming.
have
So
to-
go ahead.
I'll have to agree though that street fight we're all running around like idiots.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
love
Yeah,
that
that was
one.
great.
We
That
had
was
no
my
idea
favorite.
what we were doing. Yeah, that was
That
good.
one was really good.
I think
Just
I
to
was
say-
the one that just ran out. Just ran straight out.
Yeah. No, I can't remember what you did. You did stuff.
Yeah, I did stuff.
I think you. Yeah, I can't remember. You didn't want to kill them, so you definitely didn't use your pyrokinetic powers. By the way, I'm assuming I just want to make check with you guys, the players, because we haven't done the Grimace questions for, and we won't do that right now. But maybe we'll do that like next time or a couple sessions with my buddy
Yeah.
or something like that. But is the fight to not fighting ratio okay with you guys? Because I don't
Yes.
want to. Okay, good,
Yes.
good.
Yes.
Dude,
I mean, you guys know this about
we-
me and my love for fighting in battles because it's my favorite thing ever.
I
Great.
I'm personally okay with not having fights. I
Like every
build-
session.
Yeah,
Right.
not every session. But also we're in the story,
Mm-hmm.
the place where we're at in the story. We have a lot of huge, gigantic fights over the horizon. So I
Yeah,
don't
that
mind
is true.
Not having fights for a while
Good
and then
point.
having that huge. Oh
And see-
God, what's happening?
And like
Yeah.
I like to throw in like obviously the occasional monsters or problems where you guys can't talk or solve your way around it, because sometimes that happens in life. But really, this is just another example of your own motivation, right? Like it's clear that you guys don't want to always problem solve by blasting things, right? Sometimes you will if you have to, right? But if you guys were a very combat, like 100% combat oriented group or players, right? You'd go out looking for fights. You know what I mean? You'd take
Mhm.
jobs involving fights, right? So yeah, I just want to make sure that pacing's okay. That's not to say you guys have no fights, because we're just talking about a fuck ton that we've been playing over
Yeah.
the years, right? Because there is going to be physical combat, especially in the post-apocalyptic world, right, where there's fucking demons and monsters and crazy robots and shit like that out there, right?
Yeah.
But
To me, it always just kind of depends on. It needs to fit the
situation.
the arc that you like. For example, I don't mind in this kind of moment where we are not having any fights, because we're not in a combat situation. We're hunting someone down. It's more of a mystery. We're adventuring. We're having fun. And then again, on the flip side, if we're going into a situation where we're expecting there to be a lot of fights, like maybe when we went down to confront that brain or something like that, and then there's no
Mars.
fights, that in and of itself would also be like, it would seem weird. So no, I think that the ratio is absolutely fine, and it's adjusted appropriately depending on what we're facing. So like Byrne said, I mean, if we have giant fights on the horizon, that makes sense, and I'm excited for it. But I'm not like saying I need fights just because I have power armor and must fight things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Like,
Good.
I mean, I'm looking forward to this Devourer fight which I'm pretty sure all of us are interested in doing, right?
Sure, of course, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I am
Solving the
personally
problem. Yeah.
I'm personally less interested in just a thug trying to like steal my wallet.
You've
Right now.
gotten kind of beyond the thug. I mean, back at the beginning of the campaign, you did have cyber snatchers who tried to steal from you, right?
Oh yeah.
You kicked their butts, but you, yeah. I mean, I think you're beyond. You guys have got a certain level and reputation and ability and assets where
Yeah.
the average thug isn't a problem to you anymore. It's like I've been playing a lot of Baldur's Gate recently, so it's like you being level 10 and some stupid bandit comes to you and you swipe in one hit and he just explodes in a bunch of giblets. That's kind
Yeah.
of your power level now.
Basically.
Kind of
You're
like what
using- Thugs explode.
Yeah.
kind of like what Byrne was saying too is if I think about it, yeah, like the Devourer thing. If we faced that and it was like one fight and it's done, that would
No,
feel a little
that's not gonna
anticlimactic type of thing.
Oh,
right.
yeah.
But I mean, but that's because we're prepared. We know we're going in for a slog. So yeah.
Well, and see, here's the other thing. I want to make it very clear too. Even though you might be entering a quote unquote combat zone, doesn't mean that every solution has to be combat, right? Because even in a combat area, you do more things than just fight, right? There's reconnaissance, there's destroying supply chains, there's a bunch of other stuff where that doesn't involve direct, like we got to roll initiative, let's do this, right? Even in a combat zone, there's, I mean, obviously solving your problem by the goal is to defeat the enemy, right? So you can defeat the enemy many, many different ways. So don't feel even then that you're pigeonholed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay.
Okay. Oh, Mr. Bloodstone didn't have the last question. We'll answer Mr. Bloodstone's question, and then I think we'll call it if that's okay with you guys.
Sounds good to me, sport.
All right. As much as I lives Rift, would you consider doing some other pen and paper stuff like Call of Cthulhu or other cool stuffs? Yeah, I mean, I've been always interested in even just doing one shot so we could try different systems and stuff like that, and even maybe incorporate different players too, because goodness knows all of us have a variety level of commitment levels, right? And free time. But it would be a good chance for us to like involve other people too, right? And just turn it into like a one shot or to try out a new system. I'd be totally down with that. But I mean, we've been playing Rifts for over 2 years now, and it doesn't look like anyone's waiting to stop. So we're going to keep riding this train as long as it goes, right? As long as people still have fun. But in the meantime, a pickup game here or there. You know what we really should schedule too, guys? Maybe like we'll wait maybe like about a month or so to see how things go. But we really should, because we shouldn't just talk about it. We really should just decide, you know what? Next week, we're going to do our fun session where it's Tyrath as the GM and your characters playing like a one-shot session of Rifts.
Yeah, okay. Agreed.
Okay, so keep that in mind. Because, just so other people know, when we come back after the holidays, there's going to be a new player that's going to be playing with us for a little bit. We're going to try it out, see if everything, works out real well between everybody. So obviously we don't want to throw Tyrath into the mix with that just yet.
Yeah.
But the best thing is that I was talking with this guy. I'm like, it's good that you don't know anything, because your character would go into this group blind. So I'm like, prepare for some crazy ass stories.
Oh yes, I want to meet him now and just be me.
Well, you'll get to. You'll have the option. You have the options. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll call it from there.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.